actually.
Yo, all right, we are live. Welcome to the Drunken Guardian Gaming Podcast, episode 47. And I am your host, Danny Martinez. This is Boneless Bones, Kevin,
What's going on, guys? Oh, this one too.
Rignarok, Randy.
You okay there, Danny?
I was looking at that picture. I was trying to figure out what that was, so I got distracted.
Oh, sorry. You're like stumbling over your words, sir.
Yeah.
It's fucking U1 from Guitar Man.
Oh shit! Yeah, I missed that completely.
Yeah,
And
just
you're
literally
not
like
even gonna
paraffin.
change. You're not even gonna change your picture anymore, Danny. Sober Guardian.
That's permanent. That's permanent. Mario toy.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
a toy of sorts.
Right here.
Yeah. Just play with it all day.
Yeah. So today, I hear background.
That's
Kevin, I'm hearing your family back there.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He's about to go beat somebody.
There,
oh,
there we go.
beat him.
There we go. We're
Yeah.
good.
Watch the,
About to hear Matt screaming in Spanish. Get the hell out! Oh, shit.
Chancleta just comes flying into.
The cage out of it.
That one chunk is gonna knock all four of us out.
So we are not going to be talking about news today. We're going to be talking about our E3 impressions, our favorite trailers and announcements. First off, I'll just say, in dedication now to the announcement of Metroid, this is my Metroid drink.
Oh, it
which
looks like a Metroid. The
Yeah,
raspberries are the eyes.
yeah. So this is a apple sour pucker with some coconut rum, some regular rum, and some Sprite, and of course, like Randy said, some raspberries to put all together. It looks like a Metroid. There, it's really good actually. I like it a lot.
You like your butthole pucker?
I love it.
whole
Oh, yeah.
fucker.
So I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm gonna get to my mezcal, which I have right beside me for later. So that way I don't have to get up and make another drink for any reason. Anybody
actually,
else?
Speaking of mezcal, did you
Yeah.
manage to find the one that I had sent you?
I haven't looked yet because I want to finish this one
Oh.
first, or at least close to finishing it.
Well, I mean, you could get it and just like have it on the sidebar.
I'll be tempted to open it. I'm like that type that if it's sitting there unopened, it drives me nuts. So
You're terrible in Christmas, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
You just see the presents and you're like, "What's in it? Give me."
Yeah. So yeah, I'll wait though. But I do remember. I haven't forgotten about it yet. But I will try it.
I have another one to send you.
Okay. Yeah. Send me a picture of it too, so I know what it looks like.
I'll send you a sample with it.
What was I gonna say? Is anybody else drinking anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Water.
Evan?
That's it.
Agua.
Well, I have wine again.
What you
What
said.
kind?
The
In 2 weeks,
fucking,
I'll be drinking.
Oh,
count
yeah.
down the days.
What kind of wine?
It's the same fucking bourbon barrel Cabernet that I had.
Mm.
It's really good.
Okay.
Has a nice
Yep.
little like spice to it. So
So before we even start talking about what games we've been playing lately, me and Danny were talking last week about us playing Intergrade, and we fucked up. We started talking and venting about how I introduced these characters in the game that we don't like. They're just people that we just don't know. And apparently we were supposed to know them, and it's upsetting that you guys didn't get to play it because I know Kevin for a fact would have corrected me on this, that these characters were from a Dirge of Cerberus, and I did not know this.
What's up, Randy?
Dirge of Cerberus is one of the Final Fantasy games I did not like.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it, so I never finished it. And because I never finished it, I never caught the reference at all, not even a little bit, of that those characters were from Dirge of Cerberus. They're directly from Dirge of Cerberus. They're Deep Ground. And they even mentioned they say we're deep ground. So we completely failed on that. So the introduction of them was perfect because it now merged an intro to what Vincent's storyline. Vincent, because they said up front, Vincent's gonna be main canon, and this just proves it. So
Yeah, they connected a lot of things now.
It definitely made sense that they would have introduced like characters from Dirge, seeing how it is like the introduction of Vincent to like the story, or like at least the expansion of him.
It'll be a great way to introduce him later on in the series.
Yeah,
and have an excuse on why he's there, and not just an add-on or something like that. That's how they're doing it. So I thought it was smart, and I'm like, oh, I take back all the bad I said about that. That made me feel really stupid.
We both apologize for missing that, because we're like claimed to be all these such hardcore Final Fantasy VII fan, but Dirge of Cerberus was just one of those games that got away from us, and we weren't really that into it, so we kind of missed out on that part.
It makes sense.
On topic of Dirge, where exactly in the story does that fit? Is that like before 7, after 7, in the midst of it? Like
After 7.
Yeah,
after 7?
Dirge takes place after 7.
After having children, even.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I mean, fucking, clearly Crisis Core was a prequel. Genesis was like the main bad guy, if anything. And at the end of Dirge, he's supposed to make a comeback. So I was like, I was gonna say, like, if anything, it'd be interesting if they bought like Genesis back at some point within like the 7 remake, but it's probably not gonna happen.
I'm sure if anything they'll do a reference, but it would be nice if he came back. Yeah.
No.
All
The Loveless Theater is a reference to him, technically.
Yeah, it is.
Because he reads the entire play.
The poem.
And,
Yeah.
like the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they do have to. Well, we're gonna get into it, but I feel like they do have to touch on, Operation G and Operation S, which is Angeal and Sephiroth, and how they were created and stuff like that. Like those two things. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So
I'm excited. Super excited.
What have you guys been playing, Kevin and Randy? Been doing anything lately?
Randy, you want to go first?
I beat Nier today.
Hey.
Yay!
Alright.
Well, I got the first ending of Nier, because there's 5. I got ending A, which like you have to keep playing in order to thing. I wasn't ready. I really wasn't ready. Okay, so
For the ending?
Yes. I knew I was at the ending because like once I get to one point, it's like, oh, continuing here, you can't go back. Are you sure you want to go on? And I'm like, all right, so that's final stretch. They're giving you a fair warning. I figured I would like beat the whole thing today because like obviously the stream, but it was so fucking sad. Like the first 12 hours again.
That's you're not ready. You're ready as you cried.
Wait, what?
You're not ready as if you cried, or?
Oh yeah, like a bitch, honestly.
Okay, no, I thought you meant not ready. Like I didn't want it to end. I just wasn't ready. I clicked enter by mistake and said, "Fuck, I didn't want that to end."
No, to be fair, I do have a second save file because I wasn't sure if there was going to be like any changes in terms of two of the bosses. They give you a chance to go back to like the village, and I was like, let me see what happens if I say yes, and you could kind of just like, it's your way to turn back your mistake if you were accidentally just like mashing X and you hit yes by accident, so you're not like bound to it.
The gaming loophole, so you could like go back to like what you were doing before you see the ending, or choose a different ending,
farm or whatever the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have a second save on that one. I thought there was gonna be a difference there. Clearly there wasn't. But yeah, no, I started the second playthrough also, and it's just like straight out of the fucking gate, heart wrenching as hell. You find out like a lot of the background as to one of the characters, and her story is just like, fuck.
Okay. So the
But no,
story's just
overall,
as good as
fucking
Automata
amazing.
too. Okay.
I didn't play
Because I don't remember. I played fucking Replicant like the longest time ago, and I did exactly the same thing that I did with Automata, is that I played for a couple hours and I was like, fuck this game. Thankfully I just rented Replicant when I first played it like at Blockbuster, so I was just like, I just returned it right away, and that was
How
it.
old that
So
game is?
Yeah, that thing came out a fucking decade ago because it was near. Yeah, because it was Near Replicant in like overseas and Gestalt here in the States.
Yes.
Where you
Yeah.
play as Daddy Near.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that.
Kevin,
Yeah,
what
but,
you been playing?
I got trapped. I was going to start playing fucking The World Ends With You, and then Muramasa
Oh, you
Blade
finally got to
just
play
stole
it?
my. Yeah, no, I started it, and then I just literally got to the point that he's saying, shut up, stop talking," and then I was
So the
like,
beginning,
yeah, literally the
literally
beginning,
before the
and then I
intro.
cut the game off because of the Disgaea demo. So I have not played it, played it, like got anything, and then Muramasa Blade, Rebirth stole my heart. So I've been playing
Yeah.
that in Persona and racking up my hours again. So I'm trying, man. I'm trying to beat that game,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, The World Ends With
Neo-
You. I started,
Randy, does Neo come out next month? I think.
Neo?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Oh, Neo.
World Ends With
You.
You.
Neo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
you meant like Neo, like fucking an expansion for Neo 2 or some
No,
shit.
no.
That's a good
I
question.
think it's July. I'm pretty sure.
I know that the pre-order's already up for like digital, but I'm definitely not gonna do
Because
that.
I'm saying like Kevin,
fucking
man, you
physical
gotta
all the
catch
way.
up or just YouTube
But
the story.
How do you want me to do that? And Disgaea comes out like literally in 2 weeks. Like I'm trying. That's it.
July
I'm done, man.
27th. Oh, that's in 10 ass days.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm
trying,
ready. I
bro.
already have it pre-ordered.
I got Disgaea, bro. You're gonna see me like 30 hours, like 30,000 hours later. Like, all right, guys, I finally finished.
Dude, not
It's
for
coming
nothing.
out for the PlayStation. It's coming out for the PlayStation. You guys
Yeah.
said?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
PlayStation and
So
Switch.
I'm gonna have to look at the videos for
Yeah.
for the first one.
I gotta play it.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. They definitely should have done like some amiibo shit with Neo World Ends With You,
Yeah.
like just for
That-
collector's sake. Because like,
That's
what is
true.
it? Rise. They came out like obviously Monster Hunter. They came out with the Magna Malo, and there's no paywall behind that. And I know that they wouldn't have done some dumb shit that what was it Skyward Sword is doing
Mm-hmm.
with the paywall,
The
fast
safe
travel.
the
if you
safe
get
feature. Yeah, the fast travel. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just would have been nice to have it. Fucking what, like Neku as an amiibo?
I would have liked the. I was gonna say heartless. I would have liked the noise.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
I would have liked a noise amiibo or something because some of them had some cool designs.
All of them had really cool designs because it was just like animals with like parts of them missing and replaced with like kind of graffiti,
Yeah.
which actually translates really well into 3D. Because like in the trailer, you see that they're fighting the elephant, and oh, it looked so cool.
And my Metroid's dead. Okay. All right.
in
So
peace.
we're just gonna move on to a bunch of stuff. I have a list of just a bunch of games that they had announced.
Nobody
we
asked
don't-
me what I was playing. All right.
Oh
You
yeah.
were playing with your
Well,
fucking Mario
I,
flashlight.
so I didn't ask you because I already knew. So yeah, that wasn't fair. What are you playing?
Well, two things I was playing because one we can get into start after. Anyway, first one was Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I beat that. Super
Up Your
short
Arsenal?
days.
Up your arsenal, the one for the
Yeah.
PlayStation 2.
Fuck, ripped
Holy
inside.
shit.
Ripped
Whatever the
apart.
fuck it is. Ripped apart.
Oh,
Rip your arsenal, whatever. I
Rip
beat
your
that.
arsenal.
What?
That was,
Yes,
it was a
game,
fun
that's
game.
it.
Fun game. Looks gorgeous. You know, couldn't believe some of the stuff they did, but
Yeah.
super short. Super
Yeah.
super short. Definitely, you know, if anybody asks, I definitely say we buy it. You know, still a fun play, especially if you're a fan of the series at all. And I'm not gonna get too detailed, but I also been playing the Final Fantasy Origin demo. Obviously, played it for a little bit. Love that because you know, Final Fantasy geek. You know,
demo-
it looks
Demo's
looks
good.
interesting. The demo's fun though. The game's fun.
Yeah.
I'm
It
excited to see
looks
what
like
they're gonna
it looks like shit.
Yeah,
But that it's a very early demo, but the gameplay is fairly solid aside from like the companion AI. And it's
the
fucking
companion has,
hard.
Like they're the worst.
bro, you just
fucking
got fucking
companion.
Prompto and Gladiolus again.
But even
Honestly.
they are smarter than the AI that you got in this
Yeah,
demo.
yeah.
Like
It's-
they at least did some damage or distractions or aggro, however you want to call it. But like
Or
this
healed.
game, they're useless. Or this demo, they're useless.
It's really useless. Like obviously it's broken. Obviously it's a little. it's a new game. You know, it's a demo.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be perfect. And for what I've heard, Team Ninja's always been on their demos the first really rough, and then they polish it up really well
Yeah.
afterwards. So
And they're
they've
doing
been
it on
known to do
purpose
that.
because they wanna they do it on purpose because they wanna have feedback from people. Like I followed their Twitter for a while and they're still constantly asking, give us some feedback on this demo. How is it? What's going on? Do you find any bugs? Is there anything we could improve? Yada yada. So this is like nowhere near the final product, I'm sure. But if the gameplay is still kind of fun, so imagine what they can do in the next year.
Yeah. So and it has. It doesn't. No, it's not. It's not a year. It's coming out this year.
Well, in the fall though, was it like October, November?
October.
I think?
Oh,
October.
they got 3
Yeah.
months. But for all you know, this demo was done and
It's
a while
not.
ago.
It's
Just
not
to
going to
have out.
release. I'm putting money down right now that it's going to get delayed.
How much?
I hope.
$20.
I hope not, because that's on my birthday.
So what,
My
10 bucks?
birthday gift.
$20.
20.
$20? Ooh,
I'll put
okay.
$20. That
Yeah,
yeah,
big
it's
money on
gonna
this.
get the yeah, big money, right? Yeah, it's gonna get delayed. I'm not
What was I
holding my
gonna
breath
say?
on it.
I saw the trailer for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was really irritated.
Why?
There's the whole
Chaos?
fucking chaos. I have
Chaos?
to kill chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos. Are you chaos? It's Garland. I am chaos. And I'm like, shut the fuck
That was
up.
all over the internet too. People were just
Yeah, I don't
calling
know.
themselves.
They
People were
cut that
calling themselves
horribly for that
chaos.
trailer. Okay, that's good. But like, if anybody knows the story of this game, it is fucking weird and crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really going to be interesting anyway and see what they do. And I don't know for sure they're going to stick to the original part one. And if
Probably.
they do,
The world kind of
you
seemed a little
know,
dark to be part one. I don't know, but
yeah,
Yeah.
but that could be just that one place, you know.
I guess.
Like that's the beginning. That world they showed is basically the beginning, you know. Because that's how it started off in the other one. You know, you kill him, kill Garland, and he gets pulled back in time, whatever, by those 4 fucking things. Then those 4 guys come in, and then you realize, oh shit, I gotta kill these guys. Try to kill them, and then oh wait, no, tricked you. Garland's able to pull us back in time now. Now you gotta fight Garland. It's a never-ending loop, and you gotta figure out how to stop the never-ending loop.
It's never ending
Garland
chaos.
looks really pretty though.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm
That
excited to
actually
see
looks
what.
amazing.
And I'm super excited to see what they do with the 4 monsters. You know, whatever they call them. You know, the earth, wind, water. You know, the fucking.
Oh,
the
those are
Earth
like
Wind
elementals or like any summoning
forget
type
Art.
monsters that we're
No,
gonna
no, it's
fight.
just that. But the main monsters were like the representation of fire. You know,
Yeah.
water. When you had to go through all those to defeat them. So I'm excited to see how they depict them, because they weren't your average. You know, it wasn't like average Shiva or Infinite type of thing. It really wasn't. They had completely different names. So, and then I'm excited to see if they do implement Shiva and things like that, and or summons or anything for you to use. I mean, they didn't have an original game, but you know, it's still Final Fantasy, and they kind of have
I have a
Yeah.
question.
tropes that they do. Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you off. It's 16 that's coming out now, right?
They're still working on
16 is
16,
the-
yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
good.
It's fucking Final Fantasy of Thrones.
Yeah. So is it Thrones and then 16 that's coming out, or is it 16? Like, I don't know the order of the Final Fantasy game that's coming out.
This
so
will come out first.
16 is not
This
going to
is-
come out
this-
for another 2 years. I would bet.
Yeah.
Like, but
Okay.
Origin
What,
is
$3
what's
more?
coming. Origin is what's coming out this year.
So that's the filler
it's
till they
just-
get the third.
That's the
third, I
Dark
guess.
Souls ish game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not calling it a Final Fantasy anything. They're just saying it's Origins. That's why it's
Yeah.
kind of like people are not sure. I'm like, they don't know much about it, so not sure if it's a remake of the original, if it's own take on the original, because it's people who did Disgaea, you know, and they love, even in Disgaea, they did the same fucking thing. Where they had Chaos as one of the main bad guys. Or
Yeah.
They had who?
All right.
Chaos.
So we're gonna go over. Oh, I'm gonna go over a list of the stuff that was announced. I'm just gonna go through a really quick list of some things that was in E3. after I finish with the list, then we can start talking about our favorite trailers, our favorite announcements, things like that. Anything that stood out to us. So Danny was able to provide this website that gave us a good example of a lot of the stuff that was released based on gaming studios or Xbox in general, for example. So this was from PocketLint.com. So first, for Xbox, Bethesda had announced Starfield, and Starfield is basically an Elder Scrolls in space, which is an exclusive. Arcane Studios, they have announced Redfall, which is a multiplayer shooter RPG. Halo Infinite, of course, they're going to announce, but there wasn't much to it since it was just another CGI trailer. You got Outer Worlds 2, which is a really funny
Well,
trailer.
They did show the Halo multiplayer. They went in depth
Yeah.
on that. Huh?
Yeah. The Outer Worlds 2, which had a funny trailer, which was basically a cliche of video game trailers. So it kind of made fun of itself. Ubisoft, which they announced Rainbow Six Extraction, which is Call of Duty Zombies just with aliens. That's the gist of it. Of course, there's more to it than that. There's Mario plus Rabbids video game. There's Avatar, not The Last Airbender. There's Avatar,
Oh,
the
right,
James
yeah.
Cameron game, Frontiers of Pandora, which is a first-person action adventure. I got Square Enix here. So they announced Guardians of the Galaxy game, Final Fantasy Origins, which we talked about the demo, and Babylon's Fall, which was developed by Platinum Games, which is a hack and slash multiplayer online RPG. What else? So we got for Nintendo, Breath of the Wild 2, of course, Metroid Dread, WarioWare, Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot, Kazuya for Smash Brothers, a new extra character, and a game and watch system that plays 3 classic Zelda games, which is Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening, which was for the Game Boy. Now, aside from that,
They also did Mario Party, I think. I think they did Mario Party as well.
Yeah, Mario
Yeah,
Kart
yeah,
as well.
they have well, yeah. There's a Mario Party, like a mash of their classic, popular games or maps from other previous games. Other games that were announced not just for E3, but there was games that was announced during Summer Gaming that happened just before E3. So we had a full week full of like a flood of games. So it wasn't just E3. So there was Sifu, which was announced, which was like a martial arts type game, which was looking badass. Kenna, I know, or they call it Kina, I believe is how it's pronounced. Danny, I know you were looking forward to that one.
I know. I'm waiting for that one.
There's Aragami 2, which was a ninja stealth game, kind of like Tenchu, but more like a cel-shaded art style. There's Trek to Yomi, which was, I think, was like a samurai-ish game, but I can't remember the trailer to it. Tinykin, which is basically Pikmin, just with a different art style. So that looks kind of funny. There's Atomic Heart, which I'm interested in, which is it's
finally?
a steampunkish, it's a steampunkish first-person shooter, very sci-fi-ish. There's a game called Replaced, and there is a Sea of Thieves expansion. Apparently, they're working with Disney to bring like this cool Jack Sparrow thing with like you going on an adventure with the Pirates of the Caribbean, with a Pirates of the Caribbean story. So that's all I have for my notes with the stuff that was announced. I know there's a ton more stuff that was announced and stuff like that. So if anything stands out to you guys or anything you guys are interested in talking about, the floor is now open.
All
They
right,
also
I'll go
did
first.
wait, real quick. They did the Nier mobile. He
Ew.
put up all the Nier games. But yeah,
Really?
they're doing all the Nier. Yeah, they're doing all the Nier games mobile.
I missed that.
Yeah, they went on this huge bender of all these mobile games that they have.
Hmm.
They're
That's
talking
beyond me,
about,
too.
you know. I mean, I think they're really trying to push that mobile shit. They talk more shit about that stupid Brave Exodus, which kind of makes me want to try.
I mean, you
now,
have that
but-
Final Fantasy for Soldier stuff. You got Diablo coming to
Yeah.
mobile now. Like it's a thing
All
now.
the was it Ever Crisis is also going to be mobile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever Crisis. It's weird.
So I
hopefully-
really think they want to turn mobile into a good another platform, you know, and this is how you do it by getting some of these older games first.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they're
People who already have
this is what they plan on doing.
people who already have a fan base, like they're already
Yeah.
people who have established fans. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that could be
So
interesting.
so I mean, for me, I'll just say my standout trailer that I'm excited for, and I'm not gonna take yours, Danny, since you told me what yours is. So I'm gonna pick a different one, which is my choice is Babylon's Fall, which was the multiplayer online RPG. So it's basically a hack and slash made by Platinum Games. So it's like fast paced action. It was really cool how they explained just how how deep in the RPG is. So it's more RPG than anything else because it goes more into stats and how you want to spec your characters to focus on air juggling or magic or defense and things like that on top of carrying like multiple weapons on your back in a sense, so you could switch between them and kind of like on the fly, which is kind of cool. So I can imagine like playing with all you guys and we are all just fucking hacking, slashing everything to hell. So that looked like fun to me. What?
Yeah, it did. I like that one. I thought it was interesting, but the only bad part is I think that Dungeon and Dragon game is gonna come out first, and because that Dungeon and Dragon game is gonna come out first, it might, I don't know, overshadow it. But it all
Overshadow
depends
it.
on what. Yeah, it all depends on if they do it right. Because I think this maybe even what people wanted what was it, Godfall to be, right
Yeah.
here. Besides, obviously, there's more RPG elements in it, but I think it's kind of what they wanted that to be.
Yeah.
That's why people are looking forward to this a little more. That's why I am. So I think that's a really exciting one. I can't wait for that.
Okay. What about your pick, Danny?
Redfall. I mean, Redfall was one of the games that really fucking stood out to me. I really want to play it. Like I was saying, it looks like what I wanted. I know that people have a huge fan base. I don't want to disrespect them, but it's what I wanted the Division to be. It looks like it's gonna be more powers and things and crazy shit happening, but like in this crazy open world like Division. So I think that's gonna be really fun to play.
So did I understand that they explained it to be an RPG, like a multiplayer RPG game. What was it? Was it supposed to look like the Division? Like, was it a tactical ish style
That's
game?
that's the thing. They haven't really described what the actual gameplay is. They kind of mentioned it was going to be similar to that. This kind of craziness happening the way Division is. Obviously, it's not going to be as tactical as Division, but I think it's going to be an open world game where I don't know. I want to see more. That's why
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued about it. I want
Yeah.
to see more. I want to see more of what they do or what they're gonna do, what they have planned.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't like, and I don't know what people think about it, was that fucking Game & Watch shit. I don't know what they're thinking with that.
Fucking
Like-
terrible idea.
Yeah, it is right. Like
So here's what I think about that though. Like, I don't mind the idea. I don't mind that type of like. I see it as more of a collector's item than like something that you need to have. But if it's something that's like $10-$20, I will get it myself. Something I can carry around with me. But if it's something that's running like $60, like something that's like as much as a controller or a video game, no. Like you guys are
I
just
can see that
no.
because it's Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't anything cheap.
Yeah.
Like to this day, you can't buy a fucking any Mario game that's less than $59. Like a lot of their used games are always the most expensive. I remember when I used to sell games back to GameStop back in the day, before the new world came, and I used to always get tons of money back from my Mario games. I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So again, I saw that and I'm like, what are they fucking thinking? Who thought that was a good idea? Especially when you have like the
It's
best
an
handheld
anniversary
system out
thing.
there.
I mean, they
Yeah, but that's what the phone is for.
the what? Oh, the phone.
The phone,
Yeah.
like everybody else is doing it, might as well do it. And you have the best handheld system out right now with the Switch. So why would you want to try to eat into your own market like that? Just put it out for the Switch.
Yeah, I see it as a collectible, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how hard they try to push it as if it's something that should be taken more seriously, which I don't think it should be. Kevin, do you had any picks for any E3 stuff?
Yeah, I had a game called, what the hell is it? How do you pronounce this? Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes.
Fuck that.
I'll send it to you guys. It is the best way to describe it is it looks like fucking Octopath, like the 2D characters, and then it's like on the 3D platform. I
Mhm.
love that fucking type of art style. I love it, and I fell in love with the combat. The combat looks so fucking wacky. It looks like your characters are like so far back, and then it shows the enemy from like a diagonal, like an angle. So it looks like you can see your entire party, and your entire party can attack at once from what it showed. And I was like, easy cop, instant classic. I'm losing 39 hours to that first week.
So what kind of
But,
game is it again?
It is an
So,
RPG.
so it's like a classic JRPG.
Mhm.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said it's like what the term is isometric. I guess is what you were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Which is like a sideways camera angle facing downward. Like
no, so-
like
That
Breath
was-
of Fire,
This
like Breath of
isn't
like
just
Breath of
isometric.
Fire, like Breath of
Fire,
Fire
yeah.
or Suikoden.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
they compared it to the Suikoden.
Okay.
I've never
It's
played
a
it.
very
I've never-
dynamic camera.
I'm sorry. Say it
I've
again.
Never played.
No, I said like it's a very dynamic camera that they're using for like the combat. 'Cause
Yeah.
I saw a video of it, and it's like you see a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was an instant love. Like I was like it looks like Octopath. I need it. Like I was telling my nephew as he was watching E3, I was like, I'm getting that game. I'm getting it. It's over. I don't care what nothing. And then I saw the date, and I was like, 2023. That's gonna hurt.
2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you
Yeah.
announced a game. in
Why are you
2023.
announcing a
What the-
game at this point?
Yeah.
Because there's another version of it called it is the same name, something else. Oh, Rising. It's Euden Chronicles Rising, and that one comes out next year. Which I was like, okay,
Okay.
that'll hold me off till I get to the RPG one. But I saw that date and I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. But then I was like, it's okay, I can wait. They have one coming out next year. And that was that and Metroid, but other than those two, I didn't really see anything crazy. Oh, and Halo looked
Halo Infinite,
Really
like the multiplayer.
it looked really good. Enjoyed that.
You know what? The thing I'm a little disappointed in Halo is they were. It's a whole new. I think it's the same exact people that have been doing the last ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's different now, so I feel like instead of coming up with brand new, innovative ideas, they're kind of just stealing from everybody else's. Almost like it's just a little bit of everything of what everybody else is doing right now. You know, it's like Call of Duty, a little Modern Warfare, a little
But Apex
Battlefront,
there.
a little Apex in there with like the fucking grappling and all that bullshit. Like, I don't know. There's nothing, and like the things they're talking about is new. It's like we have a new Warthog. They can put shit on the back of it. It's like no, I don't give a fuck about that. Like we have a hammer. Like you had a hammer in the last one. Well, now you can have a grappling hook that can hook onto the hammer. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they have a very specific fan base with that stuff. So I guess they would enjoy those type of things, but not so much us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they are doing the the multiplayer is going to be free, so anybody can play it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. They're doing they've announced it, and they made a big fucking deal about this, that they will not be doing loot boxes or any kind of microtransactions like that. They already announced it, and they like the other exact words. So the only thing they're doing, and the only way you can get new content, whether it be armor or skins or whatever it is by playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only thing that you have to pay for is gonna be their season stuff.
It
So,
wouldn't
like,
be a
whatever
Halo
thing-
if it had those things,
yeah,
like loot
which
boxes.
I agree.
And such. Yeah.
I agree, but you know, every multiplayer is trying to make money. But I guess they're gonna make money off the single player
Mhm.
campaign because
Yeah.
that's not free. And there's gonna be tons of buttons on that saying, "Would you like this game? Play the single player campaign. You'll like it just as much."
Yeah. So Randy, I haven't heard from you. You got anything that stood out for you?
Yay, my turn. So one that was already mentioned was Redfall.
Yes.
I really hope it doesn't end up being like the fucking Division, to be quite honest. what I saw from the trailer, it seemed like a very kind of like Left 4 Dead with vampires kind of thing.
Yes, that's what I got.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm really hoping for, like
But it's
an
not.
experience. All
It's
right,
not,
well,
yeah. It's sadly because that's exactly the vibe that I got when the trailer was released, and then after the trailer was done, I don't remember where I read it from. It was either Twitter or I read it from a website, but they explained what the game was, and it's more of an action RPG shooter type thing.
Okay.
So
Well-
yeah, there goes that.
I'm flaccid now, so thanks.
Yeah, but it's still. Yeah,
But it still
is.
looks good. It still looks
Yeah,
interesting.
no, it looks really good, but at the same time, like Division was just very it was boring to me. I only
Yeah.
played Division
Me
2
too.
for like a fucking week, and then I was like, all
Me
right,
too.
whatever.
Yeah,
That's it.
We played it for less than that.
Even if like you add zombies or fucking vampires or whatever the case, you're not gonna make that
Yes.
like concept good to me.
But it all
You know what I
depends on. But the reason why Division 2 is so boring is because it's like you have this big open world, all the crazy shit you can do, but you're still shooting these little pew pew guns all look the same to me. You know, the abilities that you have aren't that different from each other. I feel like so you can't really differentiate.
Here's
Come.
that thing. Here's that thing. Like that's where like you can see that fan base split or like the preferences
Yeah.
between people because
Yeah.
like Danny's cousin Adam, he's big on Division. He loves Division. And for me, for example, I hate the Division because of its realism, because of the way it plays, because I don't like those real tactical type shooters with guns that all look the same as Danny explained. This is why I love Destiny so much because it's very sci-fi and
Take a
out
shot,
there.
take a shot, take a shot.
God damn it.
I was gonna jokingly say like Destiny, and you literally beat me to it.
Oh fuck! I didn't even realize it.
You didn't.
But-
Him out of the
yeah.
way.
Oh man. Oh. Whew. So,
There was a lot of resentment towards yourself in that shot, by the way. You just like, oh,
because
hatred.
it almost felt like I stuck a piece of wood in my mouth because it's so smoky.
You got wood in your mouth, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you like that, don't you?
You're no longer
So
flaccid, I'll tell you that.
this is this is why I like Destiny because it's sci-fi, it's out there, it's outrageous. You can make it as unique as possible when it comes to character design, weapon design, monster design, all that kind of stuff. There's only so much there's only so much you can do with a game that is grounded and focused on realism. So that kind of makes it boring for people, I would assume, people like us, because we prefer more of the fantasy setting.
Which is why I think why I'm interested in the Redfall so much because I could see it having the feel of the Division without all that tactical bullshit. It's gonna be more fantasy, more powers, more mage, tank, assassin, all that stuff that I love in RPG games, and they're gonna put that into it way more, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Just be able to blow shit up for mage.
Well,
like
I
that
mean,
the game-
fingers crossed.
Oh, Kevin,
I
what?
like that. No, I was gonna say that I like that the game it's not gonna be as grounded as Division, as you guys previously said. I saw it and I was like, man, these characters kind of look like Fortnite characters. And then I was like, wait,
They do
this is
look
not
like
Fort-
Fortnite,
I was
but-
like, this is not. I was like, this is not Fortnite. And then I was like, oh, it looks
That's
cool.
not.
Uh huh.
Keep going.
No. And I was gonna say that I like that the grittiness and how gory it looks. I was like, man, this is gonna be a cool ass game. And then I instantly got the Left 4 Dead vibes. I didn't get Division so much, but I mainly got Left 4 Dead and Dying Light because I saw the abilities and I was like, not so much that it's like power based, but it's like the unrealisticness about it and how they were doing what they did. I was like, man, it's gonna be a cool ass zombie game. And then I was like, it's vampires. I was like, shit, I was close. I like how I love how the game looks. Like I hope it doesn't give that.
It's got a cool art style.
Yeah. It exactly. But yeah,
So,
hope it does well. Yes.
Kevin, what did you think of the Smash Brother Kazuya?
How
Are you
Kazuya
talking about-
just yeeted
Yeah,
everybody.
everybody off the cliff? Of course.
Yeah, that was the best
Okay.
trailer. That had to
That
be
was-
the best fucking trailer.
I'm not gonna
That was
lie.
my
I
favorite
think-
trailer. That was my favorite. Like, I had to look that made me laugh, and I had to watch that one again.
No.
I didn't care about the character.
Go ahead, go ahead, Kevin.
No. I want Danny to finish because I want to get my thought out.
Because he asked you the question and then he kept on going.
Yeah. Hold on, but I was just excited about every time when he first threw the Gandalf. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
shit, that's funny. I like that. I hit it. All right, that's funny. And they show his combo. They show a 10-hit combo. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna break the game. Watch.
Yeah.
And then, and and then at the end, when he starts throwing off the random fucking people, I just started cracking up. But like that's it. That's awesome. That's a good way to do that.
My favorite was Kirby because everybody I feel like everybody felt
Yeah.
that one. They was like, no, not Kirby.
I
He didn't
knew
do
what was
it.
gonna happen. I called it when he dropped Kirby though.
Yeah.
Yo, so he throws him and he just flies off, and I was like, good shit, Kirby, good shit. And you just see him like,
Dude,
I'm like, how many people you threw down there? I love the Nintendo did that. Like out of everybody, like everybody was bitching and moaning. It was like, I wanted Jin, I wanted How Wrong, I wanted Steve. I was like,
No.
I'm glad that they're introducing a Tekken character in Smash. But the thing is that I have the issue is that there's 4 fighting game characters in Smash that I was like, it's crazy. You have Terry, you have Ken, Ryu, and now we got Kazuya. And I was like, man, good
Is
shit. And then
Hachi in it? Is
No.
Hachi in it? In that trailer, it looked like he was fighting Hachi at one point.
No, he has the same. He's like a background character because the same thing happened to
okay.
Rock
That makes
Howard.
sense.
So he's just standing
sense.
there like, good job, Terry.
Okay.
You're getting beat up out there. But I love the trailer. I love the trailer. Especially the 10 string. I wonder how they're gonna start making people do like certain moves he has, like the Wind God Fist and the spinning kick and all that shit. I just want to see how he plays. Like I immediately wanted to buy the season pass just for Kazuya. I don't even care for all the other characters.
Mhm.
Sephiroth I bought, but I was like, I need him, like today.
Yeah.
What do you
So
think about?
go ahead, Danny.
Go, I'm sorry. You go.
Well, no, I was just gonna say because since we already talked about Redfall, which is something that Danny already talked about, did you have anything else, Randy?
Yes, I did, and it wasn't Tekken and Smash, Danny. Fallen Aces. Did you see the trailer for that?
No, what is that?
No,
It's basically like a hand-drawn. Okay, so the enemies and the character themselves, they look like they're papercraft of sorts, but it's like 2D. All the environments are like 3D renders, but it's very like id-esque, so like Doom and fucking Wolfenstein. So it's one of those like kind of quicker paced shooters, but with melee combat in it. There's dodging mechanics, and it's set in like a kind of noir era like
look-
environment. It looks
bizarre.
interesting.
It looked like a comic book
Mhm.
game.
So
Yeah,
what was it called?
Very bizarre.
Fallen Aces.
It almost like one of those Java games on fucking Newgrounds.
It looks like an old Shockwave game. That's actually why I like
Yeah.
enjoyed it, because it looks like very like a Flash game.
Yeah, I think it was very much like a Flash game. I don't know about that. I can see you liking that though.
Oh, dude,
like-
fucking, it's
like
some
this,
shit you
I
would
like
see on
that.
mini clip, hands down.
Dude, this looks so cool. Yeah,
Right?
it really does.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I'm surprised that you didn't see it. Because one thing
Yeah, I
I wanted to
didn't see
say was
this.
like the
Who is that
the
from?
game that you put the trailer for before. What the fuck was it called? The one that was like with the chainsaw leg or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh God, that's some. Oh man, I can't remember. It doesn't stand out to me anymore. It was a Doom. It
That's
was
the
a Doom
thing.
looking game. Yeah.
Fallen Aces looks like a more like a well developed Doom.
You know what it
Knockoff?
reminds me of instantly. Not that I'm saying that it looks anything like it, but it reminds me very much of 13. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
It was like comic book art style, first person
Didn't
shooter.
Didn't they remake? Didn't they remake?
They did a remake.
Remastered or something?
Yeah, they did a remaster of
They
it.
remastered. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, and I like 13. 13 was fun for its time. Like it's like early 2000 type of good, but it's probably boring in today's standards because it's not too much of the game. It's a basic first person shooter with a good story, pretty much. But yeah, this looks really cool.
That is funny. Such as Max Payne, El Noir, and 13.
Yeah. So you were gonna say
New
something
games.
before, Danny. You were gonna ask about something else, a trailer?
Yeah. Did anybody have any impressions of that fucking Starfield thing?
They didn't really
What?
show much for it, but I'm honestly excited for it just because it's
I was
Skyrim.
excited for it,
It's
but I don't know what the
Skyrim in
hell it is. I mean,
space. It's Skyrim in space. It's a first-person space exploration like RPG.
yeah, that's called Mass Effect.
No,
No, no, no, no, no. Mass Effect is
no.
third person. Mass Effect is third
Yes,
person.
Okay, fine.
This is first
yeah,
person. So it's Elder
Okay.
Scrolls in space.
exactly.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
huge difference.
I got Mass Effect vibes all over this shit when I was watching. I'm like, we've done that.
Yeah.
We've been there. This is a more realistic fucking Mass Effect. Got it. Next.
Oh,
If
And people
Bethesda's
might
always
even
good
nut
with the
over
story,
that.
though. Bethesda's always good with
Yeah.
their stories as well, though.
what was the other game that came out after Fallout 4 that also took place in space?
By
No, it came out after like
Bethesda?
Fallout 70. It wasn't by Bethesda.
Oh,
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
awesome
Isn't that
game.
a first person space thing?
Yeah, yeah.
So is that what's gonna be the trend
But
now?
that was more of a Borderlands feel. That was a very specific art style. It had a very strange sense of humor to it, like Borderlands did. Like Bethesda tends to take their games a little bit more seriously.
But
So
isn't it by the people that did New Vegas though?
I have no clue, to be honest.
Because I know that New Vegas wasn't Bethesda, was it?
No, no, it wasn't. Ooh, now you're making me look it up.
I got it. So New Vegas.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But Outer Worlds too. Like I played the first Outer Worlds and I didn't get to go through all of it, but it was a lot of fun. So part 2 is very interesting for them to announce a new one. Of course they're going to announce a new one because the first one did well. But Starfield is a big deal for those really like
Oh.
hardcore space fans. What's the verdict on
So all the
Vegas?
people who played,
Yeah, Obsidian.
Obsidian. Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
so everybody
Okay.
who played fucking No More Heroes and go to No Man's Sky is gonna go there now.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how.
Fucking, No Man's Sky had a thing where the Mass Effect ship showed up.
Yeah.
Normandy?
They had
Yeah,
a-
the
they
Normandy
had-
showed up.
oh,
They had an expansion for it.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of cool.
yeah, it is. I'm trying to hype that game a little more. It's not working. I mean, it has a
Yeah.
future.
No, I mean they actually fixed a lot of the things that like they had.
It looks
fucked up
like a
on.
great game now, but it's not my type of game, and I still refuse to support them even to this day. But it
So what
looks fun.
What if someone was to buy it for you?
I wouldn't play it. You'd be wasting your money.
Mm.
What do you guys think of?
Well, what if
Contraband?
the online works better than Vampire Smile?
The game we've been trying to finish, or not finish, but the game we've been
No,
trying to play for the
we
longest.
finished the co-op story, but we haven't
Yeah.
finished the challenges yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We both haven't streamed in quite a while, but for
Well,
those,
I've
for
never
those
never
who-
streamed, but
Yeah.
you.
No, but I'm saying like because you used to join in my streams, like, but this was
Mhm.
like months ago that we played that, and I don't even stream that stuff anymore. But like, yeah,
Do it.
I mean, no, I still wouldn't. I still wouldn't play that game. It still gives me a really bad taste in my mouth for what it claimed to be when it first came out, and even though that
Does
it
it
made
taste like wood?
it tastes like wood. Even though it made up for that stuff with all the new stuff that it released now, I'm glad that it's doing good. Like I'm not hating on the game. I'm glad it's doing good. It does look interesting, but I can't bring myself to do it. And I'm kind of even iffy about Cyberpunk because speaking of Cyberpunk, they just recently announced that they're gonna have it back on the
next month?
PlayStation Store next week on the 20th or 21st, I
next
think
week.
it is.
Okay.
They're gonna have it back on the PlayStation Store finally with a new patch.
And the new patches, yeah.
Yeah, so they're working their way up. They're trying to fix things and they're trying to make up
They
for it.
still say that they don't recommend you playing it on the base game, base console.
No, the base console, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
saying PS4 Pro and up. That's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not gonna work properly, basically. Which is probably like all the rendering of backgrounds and everything as you
It's
play.
definitely the smell. It's definitely the smell of the game.
But until that becomes with the PS5, I
Nice.
don't care about it. Or
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
I'm
that
waiting. I'm waiting for the PS5 version so I can just finally get. I'll
Speaking
give it a
of
try.
expansions, Speaking of expansions, let me jump us back into E3.
Yeah.
Fucking
Back to
guys,
E3.
got off our
Let's
tangents.
go.
Okay, I wanted to talk about. Well, the first one it's because it's expensive, whatever. But the Marvel game that none of y'all like, I bet the Marvel Avengers game.
Fuck
I
that.
like.
Guardians of the
I have
Galaxy.
fun. Yeah, no, not that one.
Oh, just the
Marvel.
regular
The actual
expansion.
Avengers one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that game. I have fun with it, especially on the PS5. It looks great on the PS5.
No,
You
okay.
got to
Here's
give
the
it
thing.
another try.
No, visually it might look good, but the thing is that the writing is fucking garbage. The
Yes,
mechanics
okay,
come down.
Mm,
No,
Okay.
I still even
first off,
disagree
that-
with that. But go
What, that
ahead.
the writing is garbage?
Yeah, it's very comic bookish, like it should be.
Yeah, I thought
No,
it
but
is.
there's
It's
there's
perfect.
there's there's comic book and then there's like cringe fucking Wattpad writing.
No.
There,
This
there's
was
a
some,
lot
like,
of
really-
crazy. There's a lot of
Dude,
crazy
the
things that happen
whole
in a comic book.
The whole fucking thing
Yeah.
was just like it was a self-insert fanfic writer. Because that's what she
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
She was a flat out Redditor,
Exactly
if
what
anything.
it
It
was.
was just like, I don't know. Everything was. It was. She was a Mary Sue. Her
I-
character just sucked. She was two-dimensional as
God damn
shit.
it. I'm gonna do this
Okay,
again.
but
with-
here-
hold
but
All
on.
here's
right.
the
So,
thing.
anyways,
You're gonna go into
Danny's gonna
Destiny
talk about
now?
Destiny. So.
Yeah. Hold on.
Otherwise we can run into
Because I gotta
Destiny
say, so I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the art style. I can't stand the gameplay, and I'm not saying the gameplay is bad. The gameplay is a complete fucking ripoff of Destiny. Okay, there's my shot.
What? How is it rip off?
I can't stand the story. I can't stand the voice acting.
It's a ripoff of Destiny. It's a ripoff of Division.
Kind of annoying.
It's a ripoff of
Voice
Division.
acting
It's a ripoff of so many things that I already love. Why am I gonna jump on something just because it has a Marvel label on it, or Avengers, or whatever it may be?
This is
That's
okay,
the
now this is
easy
where-
cash grab. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
okay, wait,
Yeah.
stop. This is where I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
Because yes, when the game first came out, obviously it's easy crash grab. It has some flaws, whatever. But I think they are doing something that no other game is doing right now. They've
Which
come
is?
out with new content every month since January. Every month they have a nice expansion where it's not just a new season. Like they have a season's worth of shit every month. The first month
Okay.
they did Hawkeye, then they did Hawk Girl, then they put in fucking this red thing with whatever. Like I haven't played the last two, and then there's another one with Wakanda. Like they already have.
So that's what I'm gonna ask you
planned
about
out.
it, because you're defending it, and it's cool that you're defending it. I'm fine with that, but even though they're supportive about adding content even every month, they could add content every week. But the question is it still good? So have you played that
Again,
stuff?
I
Does
played-
it
yes,
stand
I
out to
played-
a point where like it's worth someone else going back to it?
I played the Hawk Girl when it first came out because I was interested in finally get something new.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast with it. Her character, I think, was really fun. But then after you beat that and I maxed her out, I was like, hey, I'm bored now again.
Mm-hmm.
The next month came out Hawkman. They did his thing. I played Hawkeye.
Hawkman.
Marvel's Justice League.
I like Birdman.
So I
rapper?
played Hawkman's character,
Hawkeye,
and it was,
I will jab you.
it was
I
a
like Redman.
continuation. It was a fun continuation from just the Hawk Girl story because you
Yeah.
know her father and everything, and the whole time travel stuff, and it played great. And they had the Hawk, was it the Mysterio? Well, he's really smart and fucking in the future. They did that version, and it was great. It was
Maestro.
Maestro. They had the Maestro in it, and
Yeah.
one of the bad guys. and it was
So
really fun.
so
And then
question.
they kept going. Like I might
question-
be playing that this weekend.
Question with the expansions, have they added anything new, like game mechanics wise or gameplay wise?
That's the only thing that I think everything is all storyline driven
Mm-hmm.
in this right now. It's all describing what happened with Clint and everything, and his going back in time, and the main story with that girl. That's what the new one is. It's basically the ending of her storyline because
Mhm.
they're getting into like the Kree and all this crazy shit. You know, like they're going deep into some comic book shit, which is kind of fun. You know, it's like you said, it's very comic booky, but and to me, it's
Yeah.
comic booky in a good way.
Yeah.
I would want it. Like
I don't
the game
knock
probably start off cheesy.
I don't
I
knock the
like this. Right
story.
now
It's
it's
just
fun.
I can't get into the gameplay because it's just so much.
Supposedly, what
It's so much
again?
of many other games that I've played.
Yeah, and I get that, but to me, I've been having a blast with it. I was having a blast with it,
Okay.
and I especially when it came out on the PS5 because the PS4
So-
did play. It was the frame rate was really rough.
So to
Well,
get
then-
back on topic though, you're looking forward to the trailer. I mean, sorry for the new expansion, the Black Panther expansion.
Yeah, because they have two. They announced two. One was the combination with that girl, what's her name, and then they have the Black Panther, and then getting back to E3, I'm super excited for the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy game because I saw I'm not sure, did you guys, Kevin or Randy, see the gameplay footage? They had like that 15-minute or 20 whatever gameplay footage.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I'll admit. I saw like
Yeah,
a
it's-
lot of thumbnails for it, but I got lazy.
Kevin,
They-
anything for you,
they-
Kevin?
No, for me, I just seen I seen the game come out and then I just kind of skipped it because I was like, it's not a game I was really interested in.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my cup of tea.
They showed the first like 15 minutes, whatever, and it's a lot of, which I'm curious on how they do, because again, I hate when games do it, when they give you options and don't follow through. But they give you, like right in the beginning, it's like Groot and
Gamora?
no, the
Bill?
Rocket. Groot and Rocket are basically having an argument on who should use themselves as a monster to, be the trap or whatever, and you have to choose which side you want to go. Oh yeah, I think Groot's gonna be the better monster. We should say him. Or I think Rocket, Rocket's actually the fucking little monster. And as you were going, there was a part, and then you have to like, it said, oh, Groot's upset with you because you didn't choose him, whatever. And then as you were going, even in the middle of the game, there was a part where you had to cross a bridge, and it was Drax picked up Groot and Rocket. And I'm gonna throw him over. And you had an option, though, put him down, we'll figure out another way to get around, or sure, throw him, see what happens. Which I thought was
Yeah.
funny as fuck. And he threw him. and he
I
threw him
kinda-
across the thing.
I
And
kind of
Rocket
got
was
that.
like, oh.
I kind of got that vibe of a Telltale games, like those
I was
Telltale
about to
games.
say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind
kind
of
of
like
like
that.
Groot will
I'm
remember that.
curious,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that. And then the gameplay played a little bit like, well, I thought it played a little bit like the Final Fantasy remake, because you only play as Star Lord, and it did do which is, it's hard for me to watch Star Lord or any of those characters right now because all you think of is the movies now, especially the voices and everything, and even the character models. So they have brand new character models and brand new voices, and like the Marvel, some of the voices kind of sound the same to me. With Rocket and Star Lord do sound a little bit the same. So that was a little annoying, but it was kind of fun banter as you're playing the game. They're constantly talking to each other about the things you're fighting, about the scenery, about everything. It's constantly tons of that banter. Maybe too much banter, where it might get a little annoying, but still fun, area-wise. And then you issue commands to your like you do in Final Fantasy. You issue commands. So you press a button, tell the guy to do a move, they do the move, and then you fight, and that makes the game looks really fun. So I'm actually super excited about that, and that comes out this year too. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me put it
Close
this
to
way:
it, right?
the way that you described that, it sounds a lot better than what Avengers is already. With
yes,
banter,
yeah, you are right. You are right.
with banter, okay. For me, video games also, like, aside from like the story being solid, I also like really good voice acting. Even if it's like cheesy in a bad kind of way, I do enjoy that if it's the novelty of it, like Deadly Premonition. The voice acting was fucking garbage, but it's because it was like satirical. It was Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks isn't exactly that like serious per se. Now, Avengers took itself too seriously with really shit voice acting, and I get it. It's comic booky, but at the same time, there's a huge difference between Robert Downey Jr. being like awkward in a situation, and then the way that they portrayed Bruce Banner in the Avengers, where he's like, oh, okay, I'm weird, just stumbling over every fucking word, and it's like, come on, that's irritating to me, because at that point you're trying to make, oh, hey, I'm the Hulk. When I'm not angry, I'm quirky. No,
Yeah, it had some really. It did have some really bad dialogue in the base game. It
in
really did.
Kamala, at
But-
some point, she's like, Hulk, smash.
Yeah, it was really
That's your
bad.
command.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
it did. But the Guardians of the Galaxy had really fun dialogue. Again, the banter and while you're fighting, looked to be annoying, but the main dialogue, the main storyline banter, really funny. There was like one line, Emmy dying. It was like, "Oh, we must figure out a way to penetrate this, to impregnate this fortress or something like that." And he goes, "Anybody who can impregnate the fortress, it's gonna be Star Lord." Because it's like a quick
Yeah,
comment, like,
and
dude,
and that goes
that made you
into
guys
the
laugh
character.
already, Exactly. And so I think they had lots of lines like that throughout the entire thing, and that's what I'm excited most. And you see them, they're constantly fighting and doing stuff, and it's like, group, put that away, put that down, or don't pick up. Oh, you picked up the guy. All right, fine. I guess we're doing this. You know, so I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be really fun. And then again, it's the DSX world, so they know how to build those grand worlds. So I'm excited to see what they do with that when you go to the marketplace and you see all these people, and you know, so I'm really excited about that one. I think that's going to be I think it's an underrated hit.
Okay, we lost
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin's
for a bit,
yeah,
so
his
he'll
fucking
he'll,
camera's
he'll be
so
back
fucked.
on that. But I wanted to mention oh, there he goes. So I wanted to mention another game that I was interested in, which
Lights and
was
Castle.
Metroid Dread,
No.
which is the cocktail that that I just made right there. So, which is why I made the cocktail for today. Metroid Dread I honestly was excited for it. I was kind of pissed off when I first heard the Metroid 4, like another announcement that they're working on Metroid Prime 4, and it was nothing but a title screen. Like that's all it was. And
So I'm
then
confused. Metroid Prime. That's the question I was gonna have. Is it Metroid 5 that's supposed to be coming up, or Part 4?
No, okay. So for Prime, it's 4.
Prime
For
is 4.
Metroid itself, it's 5. Because
Yes.
Prime
Which
is a
one's
separate
Prime?
thing. Prime is a first-person shooter.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
Prime is the first person. So Prime
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
one I thought that everybody
So
was
so
excited for.
Dread
But people
takes
don't want that.
place. Dread.
No, we
No,
want
people want
Prime,
that.
except
Yeah.
that Prime
Okay.
was like it was announced, then delayed, then scrapped, and now it's announced again. So it's back in development.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they had to restart everything. But so the funny thing is that
They had like
Metroid Dread is actually a game that they have been somewhat working on for the past 15 years. Being that after the last game that they had released, that was actually a side-scrolling Metroid game, was pretty much 15 years ago. They were throwing around this title called Metroid Dread, and you'd never really heard anything about it ever since. And now they finally released this, so Metroid Dread. They're finally using that title, and it's old school, just a beautiful looking side-scrolling Metroid game, except now it's got more of this horror feel to it because you're constantly being chased by
Emmy.
this robot thing called Emmy. So it looks a lot of fun. It looks really cool. It's got a bunch of new moves that Samus can do now. So I'm looking forward to like the new stuff finally that Samus can do. Because I can understand after a while a lot of people can find the franchise a bit stale when you're kind of just collecting the same powers over and over and over again. So this is bringing along a couple of new things here and there, like a slide and like a magnetic grip for the walls and stuff like that. So that it looked a lot of fun. So I was very interested for that one.
It looks like a faster paced Fusion.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And Fusion was already kind of fast for what it was.
There he
But
is.
hey, the cool thing about like the whole Emmy like chasing you down is they showed off a bunch of different ones because there was white, which is base, and there's yellow that was like really fast. Green, you were able to hide from in the shadows, so there's like stealth mechanics, if anything. And
Surprised you remember
I
that.
think they had a red one. Dude, Metroid? Gimme.
Yeah.
Gimme. Please gimme.
So you like the trailer too?
Oh, I loved it. I honestly
Yeah.
loved it. That one also has like a really good set of amiibos that even if it's like a pay to fucking win kind of thing, I think I would actually get that one.
Yeah.
Here's my take on the Dread. I do not like you showed a few games that are like the Metroid games or the Castlevania. I don't like them because whenever I think of those games, I think of Metroid. But when I
That-
saw this,
the
because
Metroid
this
is.
is
But that's why they're Metroidvanias.
exactly. So what I always say is, I just want to play. I'd rather play a Metro game than fucking play this fucking game. That's always my go-to thing. I really always think that. So when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, I'll play this. I definitely fucking play. I honestly would get a Switch just to play that fucking game because it is the Metroid game that everybody keeps trying to make. I think to me, everybody keeps trying to copy this formula. So I'd rather just have the source and play the fucking source than play all these fucking bad copies of it. And I
Well,
was
you're
super
kind
excited by
of,
the
to
way
be
it looked.
honest,
But that's
to be honest, you
again,
kind of
that's just me.
you're kind of limiting yourself with that because you're missing out on a lot of
Don't
things.
like.
I get
play
that you
them.
can.
I play them every time I play one.
I think you're playing the
Every-
wrong things, and that's
I play
because
that one with that dummy, the one you have me. They're not that exciting to me. They're not that. We played
Dummies
two of
are
them
so bad.
on your Switch. Just they're not that exciting. They're really not to
I
me
the
anyway.
game, but
And I
that's
can
what I'm
see
saying
why
though.
people like it.
The things that I had on my Switch, I could understand that. Like the ones that I had on my Switch, they're very much clones, I guess you can say, if you're putting it that way, like of
Yeah.
original Metroid, original Castlevania. But there are some very unique things that have the basic formula of a of a Metroidvania, but they have their own spin on it or all star. Remember what I said about Biomutant is that it's a mishmash of a lot of things, but it still doesn't have his own identity, which is why I think it still sucks because it just doesn't have its own thing. So a lot of
But when
there's a lot of Metroidvanias out there that still have its own identity and it sticks out. For example, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is fucking amazing.
I play Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight is a
I know that.
Souls-like Metroidvania that could eat shit because it's really good and it's hard.
Yeah.
Again, Hollow Knight was fun, but again, it just made me want to play the original source. And this, when I saw this, like nothing about this made me go, no, fuck this game. Everything about that for some reason made me go, I want to play that. Holy shit, this looks great. Oh my god, I want to do a robot thing. At first, when they first show it, they're like, the first thing you see in the bottom is not actual gameplay. I'm like, oh fuck, now you can't show anything. But when
Yeah.
they showed the gameplay, I'm like, oh wait, hold on, this is different. They haven't done this in a long time. I think they can make it. They have time to make it really done really well. So I'm excited
Okay.
for that game. I might get a Switch for that.
So yeah, I hope you do. But since we lost Kevin for a bit, Kevin, I know you've been hearing the conversation at least. So what are your thoughts on the Metroid Dread?
I enjoyed it. I thought you guys were gonna start arguing again, so that's why I turned my camera on and then I turned
Mom
it
and
off
Dad are
immediately.
fighting.
I was like, I'm just gonna head out. Come back later.
Dad's drinking again.
So that's why I wrote in the chat and then I
Oh,
just
so
left.
Danny's the mom then, huh?
Yeah, probably.
He's the
But
bottom bitch.
I did enjoy what I seen with what Brandy said earlier with the camouflage thing. Like it was like the small things that I realized, like the power up, the way she got it, and the animation for it. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it was like it looked brutal. It looked like she was in pain. I was
Oh.
like, I don't know what's going.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here, but I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking cool.
Also, the dynamic shift in view because it's like a side scroll
Oh,
throughout.
God.
But when Emmy fucking caught her, I swear to God, dude, my asshole puckered.
I am hoping that,
I was
that's just
terrified.
not. I'm hoping that's not just some scripted thing that they did just for the trailer. I'm hoping that's part of
I
the game.
feel like they did. I feel like it's part of the trailer because again, when the game first started looking like that, the game started looking like that, and it said, I mean, the trailer first started looking like that, and it said not actual game footage, you know. And I don't think it is. I don't think that it's actually. It'd be awesome if they did, but I feel like it's not.
I don't think it's definitely like I don't think it's scripted at all because there was a space to avoid the pre-render in the beginning that wasn't the footage. Yeah, sure, that seemed like just like a cutscene that you could have of sorts. But once it transitioned into the actual gameplay that they showed, it did look pretty different. It looked a lot cleaner. It was like crisper, and it seems like there are going to be executions for Samus. Even what was it? The fucking parry that she had,
Yeah.
where she could like flat out
That's
uppercut and
smack.
just blast. Jesus
Yeah.
fucking
It's-
Christ! Oh,
That's-
this game has to come out now, dude. Like,
Hey,
When's the
just a
game
couple
supposed
more
to come out?
months.
What? Okay,
I
so
can't
it
wait.
It is coming out soon.
October, November, I think it is.
That's
my
not soon
question
enough.
is,
It's
when
this year.
when did they announce? When did they announce Dread? Because this is it's
2
more
days
than-
Years
ago.
ago.
Oh, you mean the first time?
No. It's the first time they announced it because I've heard
They
Dread
never
for
announced
many
it.
years ago.
They've never announced it. That's the thing.
Never announced it?
They had leaked. What happened was after I believe the last game was Fusion. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last side-scrolling Metroid game was Fusion, or maybe Zero. I'm not sure, but after the last Metroid side-scroller game came out, the name of the next game had leaked. So Dread was all around the internet for a while because that was supposed to be the next title of the next game, and then never happened. So they never officially announced anything for Dread.
Okay, because I've heard the name Dread. Damn, that's 2002. Jesus fucking Christ. No, but I've heard the name Dread. What was it? Especially for a Metroid game. What was it? 20?
Judge.
Huh? Like 2016? 20 Jets? What?
Judge. Judge
Judge?
Dredd.
Oh yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
I got it and I was like, God damn it, my
You're an
brain.
idiot.
But I've heard it like 2015, 2016 when I started getting heavy into Nintendo, like the Switch and everything, and like it coming out. But I heard it then. But I didn't know if it was a Metroid game or if it was like something else. But I'm glad that this game is actually coming out, like a new Metroid game.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll see a Prime. You know what I mean? Prime 4.
Yes.
They announced it. So they come on. I
I'm
feel
still
like
waiting, man.
Dread. I feel like Dread is like the blue balls, and then like Prime is like the climax.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about Half-Life Alex. And then like I had predicted last episode they were gonna announce Half-Life 3, and that didn't happen. But that's the same. That's the same way I feel too.
Nah,
Did they announce
do it
it?
like
Red
the-
foreplay, because at least we're getting something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they announce anything?
Valve.
No,
Valve?
Valve, yeah.
I didn't see anything.
no.
I
They
saw
were there.
nothing from Valve.
You know what? Was it Valve or was it Xbox that announced 15 players in Among Us? I forgot which one was it. Was it?
It must have been Valve because Among Us is much more popular with the PC base.
No, it was Xbox because I know it was like it's now
Really?
on Xbox. I was like,
Okay.
it's everywhere else. Like you're late, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. So my last specific thing that I was excited for was Breath of the Wild, which I called Breath of the Wild 2, which they announced as well.
Everyone-
which
No.
was Nintendo.
It's as Nintendo put it, it's sequel to Breath of the Wild, and I really hope
Two.
that they keep that name for the game,
Yeah,
because that would just be some dumb shit.
that would be, but they're not.
So what are you playing? Oh, Legend of Zelda sequel to Breath of the Wild.
We of the
Breath of
Wild.
too.
We of the Wild for your Nintendo Switch.
Yo,
Yeah.
but can we just, before you continue with Breath of the Wild, can we
Yeah.
just talk about how they try to cuck everybody with that Hyrule Warrior DLC shit that they was? I was
Get
like,
that shit out of here. Get that
Wait, what?
shit out of here.
Yeah, they announced it like the
Yeah.
it wasn't the Hyrule Wars, it was like the sequel.
It was the
to that
expansion.
Age of
shit.
Calamity.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, this is the DLC for Breath of the Wild," and then they announced Breath of the Wild 2 after that. I was like, "Get this DLC the fuck out of here! Nobody wanted this. We
Yeah.
want Breath of the Wild 2. Start telling us about this, not that bullshit."
Yeah,
But-
yeah. They showed some gameplay for Breath of the Wild too, which they had some interesting like new skills and powers or however you want to call it and stuff, and then
Yeah.
floating cities. So the floating cities things actually got me a bit excited because if you follow the lore and the story of Zelda and stuff, like the floating cities was big for Skyward Sword. And I'm wondering if they're trying to reference that and bring that back into it in some sort of way. So I don't know if there's some sort of connection because from my understanding, and I could be completely wrong about this because the timeline is so fucked up and convoluted. But Skyward Sword is the first of the series. It's when the curse started, or when Link started, the reincarnation cycle, and when he found the Master Sword for the first time. And I believe Breath of the Wild is the last in the series from when Ganon finally broke the curse and he's like, fuck it, this is the last time I'm going to fight you. This has to be the end of it. And pretty much that's from what I got from the ending of Breath of the Wild when I beat it, but I could be wrong. So when
deep dive on
this second game is coming out and they show the footage, they show these floating cities and these floating islands and stuff, and I'm like, are they connecting the beginning to the end? Is this like a connection of everything just coming full circle or something? I don't know, but regardless, I'm gonna fucking play it and I'm excited for it.
And I'll tell you what's my favorite thing of that whole trailer.
Yeah.
Him just swimming through dirt. I was like, how the fuck?
Oh, when he like liquefied himself and it came through the other side. Oh my god,
He just went
hold on.
through.
Dude, all his abilities look so cool. The boulder
Yeah.
that fell and he reversed its path
Yeah.
so that like that's the only thing that went back in time, but everything else stayed normal. That was so fucking cool. But my favorite thing about the entire sequel, long hair Link. He oh my god.
So the character
dude,
design for you?
the character design for it's
He
I'm
likes
gonna like
blonde
get
hair.
down this glass of wine right now.
Yeah,
Bro.
he loves the blood.
No, not the blonde hair, just the long hair. Because Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora had longer hair. Kingdom Hearts 3, it went shorter. I didn't like it, right? Because it looked really stupid. Because he kept his bangs and like really short hair.
Your shot,
What
sir.
you-
No, like that's why I said I'm gonna down this glass of
Yes.
wine. I
shot it. Yeah,
I already
hope
said
it's
it. I
like a
already
rosé
said it.
or something, because obviously you're mighty. Yeah. It's like you're
Okay.
talking about his hair. Oh, I didn't like his hair. Hair wasn't
No,
good for
I didn't like his
But
hair.
the second one,
all.
and then his bangs. Oh my god, his bangs he did not have good bangs. What the hell?
I could break down the character design entirely because in 1 it was like a youthful kind of like big hair. In 2 it showed like maturity, and then in 3 it's just like why did you give him like 2 little fucking horns in the back of his head, and then you kept the Kingdom Hearts 2 bangs? Like what's wrong with you?
Okay, that was much better description of what you said than the first time. It's like he had long hair the first time, and I didn't like it. They gave him a haircut, like a bob.
It was
haircut, and then he
just
had, like, bangs at his
not in
face.
style.
It wasn't in style. It was not in style at all. But dude, long-haired Link. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm
that
gonna
does
spend
it-
mine on
He
you.
does give
If
him
that
more
does it for
maturity,
you,
like, he's
sure.
grown.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I do agree that it makes it look like he's gone. This is a new one. This is a sequel. You know, so
Yeah,
I think that
time
is
has
kind of
passed.
interesting.
I think it's
Yeah,
good because
times-
it's
exactly,
also
times passed.
I think it's good because it's also a reminder to everyone, like anyone who's ever played Zelda or ever or never played Zelda, and they're jumping into this game for the first time. It's just that every Link that we've ever played has always been different. Has always been a different iteration. Has always been a different reincarnation. So he's always looked different in some sort of way. For example, like Wind Waker. Like aside from the art style itself, Wind Waker, he was a child. But then when you play Breath of the Wild, he's an adult. So there's these different links all over, and it's nice that they have aged him in a sense, so you can get an idea.
Well, it's the
that
same
this
like
is-
story thing. Because
yeah,
even what is it
and
in Ocarina?
time has
he's
lapsed.
yeah. Because in
Yeah.
Ocarina, he's a kid, and then he goes like he grows up
Yeah.
to be the fucking warrior of time.
Yeah.
And then in Majora's Mask, he's still a young Link from Ocarina.
Yeah.
But another like example that would kind of make sense, I guess, in terms of like, I guess, showing that time has progressed. Twin Snakes and Sons of Liberty for Metal Gear, right? So Snake's mullet was a lot shorter. Like he had just really, really short hair in Metal Gear Solid 1. In
Yeah.
2, he had a full-on mullet, especially from the intro.
Yeah.
When he came up as Pliskin, his hair was looking fucking luscious, dude. Like, come on. But you
But it
know
was
that
blonde.
time
It's
passed.
so
and
funny you can make
fucking,
that reference.
But you know what I'm saying though. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it shows the passage of time. It shows like that events
sure.
happen. It's like still the same storyline, but
Even
Some-
at the end, like when he's old man Snake, you still get that. Obviously, they have more storyline where he ages more, but you still get that he's the beaten veteran type of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of one from those games. Let's see something I forgot what it was. Oh,
yo,
so-
hair is a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hair
facial
makes the
hair.
character.
Oh man, get Link in a beard. I want to see Link in a beard. How
He's
would that
like
work out?
permanently 10. Fuck you mean?
So go back
No,
to
get CDI Link with a beard.
CDI Link.
Do I get a kiss?
No,
Shit.
not with them whiskers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just
I
Oh
was
Pizza
trying to
Buzz all
ask,
the way.
what do you guys think about that Contraband game?
Huh?
Obviously, they didn't show
It
Contraband.
was only a title trailer for it,
Yeah.
but from what I understand, it's an open world co-op heist game, and I am
Yeah,
very
which sounds
interested with that. What
made by
that
the
is?
people who did Just Cause.
Yes.
So
Open
you know
world.
you're jumping out of a fucking airplane and landing on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I am interested in what that game is. So I really hate
Yeah.
when developers only release like a title and that's it. Like not
Yeah,
even
like
a
Metro Prime
CGI.
4.
I hate CGI in general
Yeah, the
for a
Metro Prime
trailer.
4 was the worst
But
because
yeah,
I didn't. The Metro Prime was bad because I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. I thought
um,
that they were saying that this Dread game was Metro 4. That's why
no,
I was confused
No.
because it
no,
popped
There's
up
two separate
so
series.
brief.
As we,
yeah,
I know, but it popped up so briefly that I thought that's what they were talking about
yeah.
before they started getting into the Dread. That's why I asked you guys. Wait, I'm a little confused here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was bad.
I don't like when people release CGI trailers because it doesn't get me hyped for a game. I mean, with exception to sometimes for some things if it's done right. For example, like Redfall, I'm excited for, and we don't even know what the gameplay is like, or even actually no, lies, sorry, Redfall, for example. But yeah, I don't like those type of things. So to
But here's
hear
the thing.
the premise of Contraband sounds very interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm pissed off that they didn't show more.
Yeah, I agree. But here's the thing: almost because of the COVID or whatever they're blaming on,
Mhm.
almost the ones that everybody keeps saying that Xbox won this year E3, right? And I kind of agree, but
I agree.
not because of the games. But I don't think it's because of the games that they
Okay.
showed, because all the games that they showed, like 90% of them were video, like you said, they're they're really trailers. They're not actual gameplay. They're all CGI trailers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you name off all the games that they started, they showed, even like with Forza and shit. It was all CGI trailers. You know,
I would
Starfield.
probably say yeah, you're right. About 50% of the games that are exclusive for Xbox are just CGI trailers. Yeah.
But the reason why I think Xbox won, which I don't know how the fuck they're doing this, or if maybe they're promoting it, but I don't know. But the Xbox Game Pass,
Yeah.
the Xbox Game Pass is actually what is winning them right now, because
Yeah.
all those fucking games, like I can read the list. I have the list right here. The first 3 games are who cares, but after that it just goes nuts. The first is 12 minutes. I'm not sure what that is. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Again, don't care. But then it goes Age of Empires,
What?
Atomic Heart.
Flight Simulator? You don't
Yeah,
want to crash
exactly.
a plane?
That's
So,
Kev's game.
but-
That's Kev's game right there.
So
Go ahead,
Age
Danny.
Age of Empires 4, Atomic Heart, Back for Blood, Contraband, the something Chronicle. I can't pronounce that thing he was talking about. Forza,
Heroes.
Psychonauts 2, Redfall.
Wait,
Replica,
Psychonauts 2 is not Xbox exclusive.
Exclusive. Mm-mm.
It's going on a Game Pass though.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about
All
exclusives.
this-
Go ahead.
No,
Go
no.
ahead.
This is all just stuff that's going on their Game Pass, which
Okay.
is that and from this year to next year, which I think is phenomenal. You
Yeah.
know, Psychonauts 2, Redfall, Replace, Stalkers 2, Scorn, Shredders, Slime
Oh,
Rancher,
Scorn's finally
Starfield,
coming out?
Descendant, yeah, The Outer World 2, and Yakuza already came out today. But all those games being played for $10 a month, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
So
if you think about how, like, when these games actually come out, by the time you're done with one of your games, you're gonna have a new fucking game to play that you don't have to waste $50 on.
I am definitely
So
getting into
they're the
Game
winners
Pass.
because of that.
I am definitely
Well,
getting the
get an
Game
Xbox
Pass
first.
once I do get an Xbox, I'm getting the Game Pass for sure. Because also like I do have a list of specifically Xbox exclusive games. This is not all of them,
Yeah.
obviously, but Atomic Heart, Starfield, Halo Infinite, Bright Memory, Fable 4, Senua Saga,
Wait.
Arc 2, Stalker 2, State of Decay 3, big franchise. I'm not a fan of it, but it's still a big franchise. Perfect Dark, Scorn, like you said, Sea of Thieves, Redfall, Outworlds 2, and Contraband. Like, Xbox got this shit next year.
Okay.
Crazy.
I agree.
All right, so I'm gonna have to strongly disagree and say that Nintendo won this year, mainly because even though
Okay.
you have to, even though
I
even
need to
though
hear
you
this.
have- okay, so even though you have to pay for these games, the games that are coming out for Nintendo, so now they're taking Nintendo serious because we have Shin Megami Tensei, we have all the Danganronpas coming, and plus more games, Fatal Frame. Like I'm like all these games that I did. You see what I
Yeah, they
mean?
talk
Like
about
Okay,
Battlefield.
okay.
Mm-mm.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. I-
WarioWare.
Warrior.
Yeah, no, WarioWare is
yeah,
good, but
yeah.
the thing is that everything else is super fucking niche. Fucking Shin Megami Tensei, not everyone's
Megami
into
Tensei.
that.
Yeah.
But
Danganronpa
everybody,
or whatever the fuck it is, I
So-
personally hate the art style. It's not a
yeah.
game that I would ever fucking
But
play.
I'm even
So that's like,
Danganronpa?
yeah.
Danganronpa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so-
one of those that it's
so
like, I can't say I'm excited for that. I would say that fucking what is it? The Xbox definitely has more. Fable 4, I'm intrigued.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Scorn
But
has
my-
been
but my-
talked
but
about
my-
for how long now?
10 years?
But my thing, my
Yeah.
thing is with that
10.
whole Xbox thing, the Xbox Pass felt like if it was only Xbox, I would have said Xbox got that. But they're like most of the games that are going to the Xbox store are going to Steam. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
but-
I like.
yeah,
No,
but
but
you gotta
the
think
point of
it-
the
you
Xbox
gotta
No, no,
Game
but that's
Pass
what- but that-
is a
but that's
sub.
what I'm
It's
saying.
basically PlayStation Now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's going to Steam. So I feel like it's like you can compare, you can add all the games that are on Steam, like Atomic Heart and everything that Xbox is getting on Steam as well. And it's like that's like saying Xbox and Steam won this year because they're
No, but Steam
they're
is still
on it.
retail price. The point that they're trying to make is that the Game Pass, what is it, $10 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10
$10
a
a
month.
month, you get
It's-
all these
it's-
fucking games that you could play that you don't have to pay
You
50
can
bucks for.
play every single
Yeah.
one of them at the same
The-
time
that-
and
Play
not make
Psychonauts,
sense.
Atomic Heart, and
And-
Scorn
and-
all at once. Give me
Yeah.
that.
And that's why they won, because again, obviously they're not going to be on day one launch Game Pass. Fine,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they'll probably be an episode, but
Yeah, of
but
course.
if you
Mhm.
just purely playing games that are on the Game Pass, by the time you're done for the month, like I don't play that many games, so by the time I'm done for the month, I'm getting a new fucking game next month, and I'm gonna play. So I can play my fucking PS4 games, 5 games in between, and then oh look, I got another Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass for free, right, with $10. I don't have to pay a full fucking price to play Halo. Like, come on.
Shin
that's
But are-
Shin Megami Tensei is very, very niche. Like, I'm a huge fan of Persona, and I'm not a fan of Shin Megami Tensei. Like, they're two very different games, even though they're kind of in the same world or kind of in the same field of gameplay in a sense.
It's the same world, but
same-
one's
it's the
darker than the other.
Yeah,
Mhm. One's
But
harder.
like to me, the soundtrack for what is it, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne? That Nocturne has a really good fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds like just like screeching in your ear, it's really satisfying. Honestly,
I don't know.
It's a rough soundtrack, but it's really good.
My thing is especially with the pass, it's like you have to buy another console. Which, if you're okay with that, that's fine. But for me, it's like I have to buy another console to enjoy these games.
so it's different for
But
you
yeah,
because
but-
you
but-
already
yeah,
have a
but-
Switch. You already have a Switch,
Yeah.
but you don't have an
Yeah.
Xbox.
But that's
So if I-
and that's the reason. Like, if you think about it, if you have none of them, you trying to decide which one you want, and you watch this E3, you would have bought. Chances good you buy an Xbox, and that's why they're saying Xbox One. You know, Xbox put out the more flashy games, the more games. People are way more excited about the games that are coming out than overall than Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo has the 3 games that people want to play: the Breath of the Wild, the Metroid,
The 3
and
games.
then whatever your
I-
random niche game is, because that is how it is kind of set up right now. It's you're gonna play those 2 main games, and then you're gonna have whatever you're into. You know, whether it's JRPG or fucking, you know, the family Mario Party game or the Smash
fucking
add-on,
Mario
whatever.
Party.
But chances are really good. Is a lot of the people, not overall, obviously, but the people who are playing the Mario, who are super into the Mario Party, aren't going to be super into fucking Shin Megami Tensei, you know, because that's not their thing. Where a lot of the Xbox games, if you're into any one of those games, you're probably going to want the rest of them. And then again, fucking Game Pass. The Game Pass one, to get $10 a month You
Yeah.
can't
But
beat
is
that
it-
for those games.
But is it worth getting the? So you're saying the Game Pass sold you're going to get. an
So
Xbox.
you
That's
always
what I'm
you always got to look at it this way when it comes to the system. When
Mhm.
you're buying a system, it's an investment. You're buying a
Mhm.
system, you're gonna have it from the next 5 to 10 years.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you always have a game to play every couple of months for that system. So like yeah, you could look at it as yeah, you're spending $500-600 at once and you may not play it. But if you're finding a lot of games that you do want to play for it within the next 2 to 3 years, you should be investing in that system because you are going to be using it and you're going to make use of that. You're going to make use of it.
That's the issue. Like if I get an Xbox, I'm going to feel like I have two computers for no reason. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's the same way I feel.
Yeah.
So it's
So you'd rather
Yeah.
play it on
That's what
PC.
I'd rather play it on, and it's not to be like, oh, I understand that the Game Pass is more. It's like it's more beneficial, but I can
Mhm.
just get the Game Pass on my computer, and it's the same thing as if I have an Xbox. So
I do,
that's why.
but I do agree with you with that on that end. 'Cause if you do have, because Microsoft puts all their games out onto PC as well,
Yeah, but
you can't
but
really
it-
compete with that. So,
Yeah.
but
everything
there's
else,
a- but like Halo and stuff, like you're not playing Halo on Steam, are you?
no.
Halo's pretty popular on PC though.
But Halo,
Yeah, it
but,
is.
Didn't
It
Halo
is.
start on
It is.
PC?
but,
No.
but Halo will be a. But Halo
Comet
kinda
Evolved
like-
wasn't on PC first.
Wait, what was that?
What was
I
that?
said, wasn't Comet Evolved on PC first? Like,
No,
I think so.
no?
it was on Xbox first, and they released it. I believe it was the same year, but no, it definitely, regardless, definitely did not come out first for PC.
Okay, no. I see it. I see it. 2001 Xbox, 2003 PC. Gotcha.
Oh, so
Oh,
it wasn't the
so
same
two
year.
years.
Okay,
No,
Yeah.
it was 2 years after.
yeah.
Okay.
It's weird though because I
But-
saw Halo like the first time that I ever got introduced to Halo, like the first one,
Was PC.
was on PC, not
Because
for
the thing is,
Xbox.
granted, it was more popular on PC. Any first-person shooter is more popular on PC just because of the controls. It's always so
Yeah,
much
because you
easier
have
to
full range
to control.
fucking view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Overwatch on console sucked dick, honestly.
It's
Hate
I
it.
agree.
everywhere. It doesn't
I
matter.
agree. Compared to PC,
no, but-
yes, it does.
Overwatch was like kind of dick overall, but like I would much
Yeah.
rather be able to aim freely with a
Yeah.
first person shooter as opposed to just like, oh, now I have to track it with a fucking analog stick because it's very different because you have to like really look at like the sensitivity settings
You
on
have
your
to
shit.
adjust the sensitivity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the aspect of this conversation, it's 3v1. Xbox wins, but I still agree to disagree.
That's okay.
That's how I do it.
That's
It-
okay.
that's how I
It's
do
a personal opinion. The way that you explained it, it made sense. So
Yeah.
It does again. It does make sense because if you do have a souped up fucking
Computer.
a good
It-
computer,
steroid PC.
then you
It
can
defeats the purpose
yeah.
of getting a new system. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
and then
that's
it-
what I was looking at.
So all these games are coming out, but that's for anything. I mean, PC has always been known to be way better than any of the consoles. Anyway, it's always has.
Mhm.
That's
I feel like-
never been a question. The question is, out of the console wars, which one's going to be better?
Yeah.
But it's also surprising that if you think about it, they don't make games exclusively really for PC because you make more money on.
Not anymore, anyways. Back in the
They
90s,
used
they
to.
did.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how World of Warcraft, all that shit came out. But
Mhm.
You know, I
yeah,
thought that
Diablo.
my fault for cutting you off. I thought Atomic Heart was gonna be PC, and then I saw it on Xbox, and I was like, "Oh, smoke! That's it. We don't get no classic."
You know, to be honest, Atomic Heart was one of those games where I didn't know if it was going to be exclusive or multi-platform because I don't think they really had a proper publisher. Like they
No.
really just put out, the developers themselves. I don't
They
know
just
what
had
their names
assets.
are. They just put out whatever they had created. They just put their assets out there to see who would bite and to see if they could go multi-platform or specific. And it just turned out that Microsoft it got Microsoft's attention and they brought the exclusive rights to it, and it looks fucking crazy.
You know,
It's weird.
Atomic Heart is coming
It's
out.
terrifying.
You know, Atomic Heart is coming out on everything, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's Xbox
It
exclusive.
is.
It's
No, it's
Xbox
not.
exclusive.
I'm looking at it right now. Is this PlayStation, Xbox?
No, it's coming out for everything, Papa.
Yeah, it is.
The only, I
Atomic
don't
Heart
think
is
it's coming
not.
to Switch. I don't think it's Switch, is it?
No,
I don't think the Switch can handle it.
That
No,
no, this
not
could
at all.
blow up. The Switch
listen,
is-
I just-
I
just-
read
I
that
just
it
found
was
out
I read that it was exclusive.
You
And
read
I
wrong.
Exclusive
that-
to everything.
Exclusive to everything.
Listen, I saw that Ninja
Oh, I did
Gaiden
not
was
know
on
I could do
on
this.
Atomic Heart is
Switch, and I
clearly
was-
for the streets.
It's
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I was wrong then. But yeah, I mean, Atomic Heart still looks good though. Like I'll still play it,
Yeah.
and even more so, even more so a reason that I'll play it on my PlayStation. I'll get it on my PlayStation then. But there's still a lot of stuff
being
on
lying.
Xbox that's still. What do you mean?
nah, because they said it just says Xbox official trailer of Atomic Heart. I'm like, I know that's the
As if
trailer,
it
but
was
they make
exclusive for
But,
them?
but that's the thing that people got confused as well.
Yeah,
Is that a lot of it because PlayStation wasn't there, a lot of Xbox and things like that were able
Very
to go.
true.
This is what's coming out on Xbox. Not this is what's
but they
coming out on
never
Xbox.
said it was
One on a
exclusive.
They
technicality.
purposely didn't say that because they don't want to promote obviously PlayStation. They're only promoting their shit. They
Yeah,
promote
like-
PC and they'll say PC
like,
and Xbox.
like Kakarot. Kakarot's on Switch, and
Mhm.
then they added features that they didn't add to the
Yeah.
PlayStation, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but this is not a Switch exclusive, and second of all, it's gonna run like shit. So
Yeah.
I was like, don't.
Did you
And-
get to
and
play
third of all,
Kakarot?
I was like,
Kakarot is
weird.
just
Oh,
like
I played the shit out of
wild
that
dog
game.
shit.
I was thinking that, and I was thinking of The Witcher 3. I was like, it's gonna run like The Witcher 3.
At fucking 480p.
fucking 15 frames per second.
If you look running when it first came out.
Everybody could be
But
8 bits
so
for no
a
reason.
quick question for you, Kevin, on the topic
Yeah,
of
what's up?
Kakarot. How did you feel about Goku's butt plug?
What?
What?
Fucking gross, and I don't know why they
Goku
did
has a
that.
butt plug.
So when you go fishing, he literally grabs the tail and just shoves
That
it back in his
Bulma
ass.
made
He
for
grabs
him,
his
apparently.
tail.
No.
tail,
So
yeah.
Bulma made an artificial tail for him. This is literally like the game's explanation.
Is this canon?
No,
No!
Kakarot is not canon at all.
No.
Kakarot
Okay.
is not canon at all. But his explanation was that for fishing purposes, he used to use his tail as a kid. But because it got
Yeah,
removed
yeah.
after he went full Ozaru,
Mhm.
Bulma ended up fabricating him a fake tail for him to stick up his ass to use to fish.
What
It
about
didn't
Gohan?
say stick up its ass.
Meanwhile,
what
it
about
doesn't say
Gohan
stick up his
getting
ass.
fish
Where the
racing?
fuck else is it gonna go? Like
With the
that
tail
hole
bone
where
in it.
his yeah. Well, you know
The
what?
hole with his
Oh
tail
my
bone.
god.
There is no hole where his tail was. That shit healed. That was Dragon Ball. He was a itty bitty baby boo. He is
Yeah.
a full grown fucking adult.
Same thing
when he met
happened with
Gohan.
Gohan too.
Gohan
Yeah, no,
shoves it
Gohan
up
had his
ass
tail ripped
too.
out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but
chill.
yeah, but
No, but even
Gohan
then, it's
fished
like,
with-
yo, Goku literally dives into the water and like 1v1s the fish in the anime. What are you doing? Shoving something up his own? Like what? What? Banda, you have some explaining to do. Like they got
Bro,
some
that
kinks to
was-
work out.
the first time I fished, I was like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck is this?"
And he
What
pulls
is
it out of his
going on?
pocket with pride, and he goes,
Yo, he just starts shaking his ass. I'm like, Goku, this is not how you have a fishing rod. Every character except for him and Gohan use a fishing rod. I'm like, what's going on here? Just give me a fucking fish rod, please.
You know what was
Be
pretty
normal.
upsetting about the game though?
Everything.
There was no, aside from everything, but the combat gripe is that there's no grounded combat. Like you know how in Xenoverse you have grounded and aerial.
Mhm.
Oh, I hated it.
You fly straight to the ground. You never touch the ground. You just float like 3 inches off.
It's all aerial
Yeah.
or
It's
aerial.
all
Just
area.
smash the ground and
Yeah,
get back up
basically.
and, yeah.
I fell out of my element because I was based on Kingdom Hearts 2 ground. So that shit, that shit put me out of my element. I was
Alright.
like, why am I flying?
All right, guys. So,
Don't make me start.
are there any other different game trailers, announcements, anything before we move on to the battle royale that we've been doing for the past couple weeks?
The
Pokemon
Kingdom
Snap
Hearts-
DLC.
the Kingdom
Pokemon
Hearts
Snap.
Union Cross.
Kingdom Hearts what?
So Union Cross. No, I'm fuck with you. I'm still want to talk about this flight simulator game. What do everybody think about that? I'm for real.
Flight Simulator. The Flight Simulator has been out for the longest time already.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. Bro.
No, it's an expansion to a flight simulator.
Yeah.
It's been out for the longest time. Like,
Yeah.
who's playing this game? Like,
Oh,
Who would
you'd be surprised.
Surprised.
You will be
French
surprised.
Navy guys. Who got
Some
PCAD if the
people
game's too real? Like,
really like simulator games.
There's
I-
farming simulator.
Yeah.
There's Euro Truck Simulator. There's
Goat
train
Simulator.
simulator. That Goat Simulator doesn't count. You fucking dickhead.
Go.
There's obviously Flight Simulator. There's like a lot
Forza,
of
which is
like
a car
sports
simulator.
management games. What?
Yeah,
Forza, which is a car simulator game.
there you go.
I think Gran Turismo is more
Gran
of a, like,
Turismo. Yeah, Gran
yeah,
Turismo.
Gran
Yeah.
Turismo is
also.
more of a simulator
yeah,
than Forza.
yeah.
Gran Turismo is like a next level type of fucking thing. Like Forza is really good, but Gran Turismo is like if you really want to go like full crackhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
other
It's
simulators you got?
just
Let me go to Steam real quick.
Go ahead, bro. Good luck.
my
I'll see you in
God.
like
a
3
farm.
hours.
There's
Like,
Farm Simulator. I
They
mean,
must
let's
be
go.
cheap
Let's
to
go
make.
old
They
school.
must
Old
be
school original is Sim City. Like Sim City is still
The Sims.
Well,
Yeah.
Sims are different. Sims are a little bit different. They're not like
The,
Sims.
the Sims is like a life simulator.
Well, Sims is
and
different, but I'm talking
apparently,
about
hold on,
Sim
but
City.
apparently,
Apparently,
hear,
yeah.
hear me
Go
out
ahead.
here. Hear me out here.
I
Apparently,
understand.
there's plenty of little birdie told me that there's plenty of mods for the Sims
Mm-hmm.
to
Already told you this.
dirty mods and also like drug mods and shit like that.
What?
A little doity boy said this to me.
No, okay.
So yeah, the simulator games are definitely interesting. There's tabletop simulator, again, farming.
Wait, what's a
PC
tabletop simulator?
It's just tabletop games.
So you're making your own tabletop games?
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
get
you
it.
play them.
You play them.
Okay, okay.
You play
okay.
dominoes, you play chess.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Yo,
gotcha.
PC
You were
Puzzle
thinking
simulator.
D&D,
game.
weren't you?
Yeah, that's what
You
I was
got
thinking.
car-
That's what I was
car
thinking.
mechanic
You were thinking
simulator. You got car mechanic. Yeah, car mechanic simulator 2018, and also it's sought after sequel, car mechanic simulator 2021, with
where
over
they at?
4,000 unique parts.
Yo, where are they at on Train Simulator? Is it 2021 yet?
Cooking simulator.
Train
Ranch
Simulator.
simulator.
Okay, all right.
These simulators,
Wait,
my point is that these simulators must be cheap to make. And that's why they're able to do it. They're not
Now,
obviously
But
too
dude,
much
they
now-
sell like
now,
fucking
no-
hotcakes.
so
Hit
it
with that
depends.
DLC.
So now it depends on the simulator because from a business aspect of it, like I've looked into the stuff like this before. It depends on the type of simulator and how deep you want to go into it, like detailed wise, because Flight Simulator is literally using satellite photos of realistic. The entire world is mapped out, perfect. So you're flying through
but I
real
heard that the
cities and real
army-
countries.
But I heard that armies and things like that, they tend to use their simulators in their training.
Yeah, they do.
So that's probably why they put so much money into those things.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, government funded.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of the simulators are very, very cheaply made because they go for the bare minimum, and some of them are very, very detailed and very well thought out, and a lot of money is put into it, such as Flight Simulator, because of whatever it is you're trying to put into it. So like Flight Simulator is one of those games that costs a lot of money to make, and it's still doing very well for itself. Kevin?
Yo, Train Simulators DLC, they're 631 and they start going for like 40 to like $10. About to add this to my cart.
Yeah.
I wanna ride
Wait,
this.
can-
641
can you actually
trains?
add all the DLC and just like tell me how much it is, and then tell me how much the base game is.
Okay, so the base game is, are we doing, oh wait, so base game deluxe edition, are we doing regular?
Let's just
Regular.
let's just do regular.
Regular, so regular is $30. All right, and then give me like 5-10 minutes to add all the DLC and see how
Okay.
much it is.
Well,
yeah, I can continue
so if there's anything else that anyone wants to talk about for the trailers for E3, anything at all, mention it now
Okay.
before we move
Can
on.
we talk about Enda?
So, well, shut up. so after we talk about the E3
That's what
stuff,
it is.
we're gonna finish up with that soon. We're gonna move on to the battle royale thing. With the battle royale stuff is basically we've been talking for the past couple weeks. We'll pit together one character versus another character, random franchises, different franchises, and see who wins. So towards the
I do want
end,
to talk about there's one thing because you said if you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
There's one more game I wanted to talk about, but I'm not actually interested in playing it. I'm interested in seeing somebody play it. And
okay,
it's the Battlefront game. Did you see that shit? It looked crazy.
there's a
Like
new Battlefront.
planes. Yeah, that new Battlefield game.
Oh, Battlefield
Battlefield.
2042.
But Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That was
Where they had
fun.
they had planes and fucking tanks being dropped
Yeah.
down like crazy.
See,
And these
again,
fucking
another
in the middle of a
CGI
city.
trailer, so you don't know what's really going on.
No, I've seen they showed gameplay footage.
I didn't see
Was
it.
it
Not
great? It
in
was
that,
it was great.
yes, in that, and they show, but they actually show they have a gameplay footage later on,
Okay, so I
and the
missed
game
that.
looks fucking crazy. The game looks fucking super crazy. Like there's tons of shit. There's way more people going on, and they're doing all this like environmental type things where desert storms, all these things that fucking attack you, and then once the desert storm gets over you, then you start fighting, and the whole field is fucking because you just got hit with a fucking desert storm. Your field is fucking filled with sand. It's super insane. Like
Hmm.
I think they're doing a good job in
Mhm.
turning.
So you
this
have no
crazy
interest in
aspects
playing
of-
it though, but you just want to
Hell
see
no, those fucking games way too hard. I fucking died 2 seconds in. You die 2 seconds in, and you wait fucking 20 minutes to play another
it.
game.
So
Fuck that.
Funnily
but the
enough,
thing
that
is
was
that it's
actually
a
a huge,
multiplayer game, though. You have to practice in order to get better.
No. Yes, but also there was I think it was Battlefield 1. One of the old like it was still like after 3 or whatever, but like the point is that it was one of those World War One, World War Two Battlefield games that it had a really shitty spawn system. So
Yeah.
the moment that you died, you would pick wherever the fuck you wanted to go.
And
You
you
went
spawn in
there,
front of somebody.
you would spawn in front of somebody, die, and you would basically spend the entire game fucking gray screened. Because there was nothing that you could fucking do. And when you finally did get a chance to play, it lasted for like 30, 40 seconds.
That's something that, number one, it's easily fixed, and number two, you rarely see it nowadays because they're aware of that type of system or that type of
No,
problem.
yeah, of course. But the thing is that that was like, it was a huge problem with it, and it still is, which is why it kind of like tanked. And what didn't they actually say, if you don't like the game, just don't buy it? There was a whole like article on that I found hilarious.
You don't like it? Fuck you. Next, no people do.
That wasn't Battlefield, but I do know what you're talking
No,
about.
it was
It was
Battlefield, wasn't it?
no. It was, oh god damn, I can't remember
If it's
who
Battlefield,
it
I'm
was.
fucking you up.
It definitely wasn't Battlefield. It wasn't Battlefield, but it was something recent. that
Battlefield
was in-
V, you motherfucker. Battlefield 5. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
No, then I'm
Yes.
thinking of somebody else. Then there's definitely a different game that the director, I believe it was, or someone from the development team, they said not to buy the game if you don't like it, and people were like, God damn it! I'm pretty sure it was an action game. It wasn't a first person shooter. But go ahead. What's your point?
Or what? Oh no, I was talking about the whole fucking like his short-lived experience with it.
Yeah.
You just keep
Well,
on dying.
I'm sorry.
I-
Yeah.
I have not. I don't have this short lived. I have bad experience like Apex, Fortnite, same shit. You know, like all
Because
those
you
games I
barely
just-
play it though.
Yes,
You give it a chance for a
yes,
day or
you are
two.
correct. You are correct. I don't have the time to spend fucking hours and fucking training these fucking games so I can last 10 minutes instead of fucking 30 seconds. And then like even when you do like I've seen the games, I've seen people play and to me they're still very boring. But it's in the field of people who like those simulator games. War simulator, whatever. Like a lot of the time you spend hiding in a fucking little in a corner waiting for people to come and you set up traps and all this bullshit. You end up waiting honestly like 5-10 minutes, and then you got like 10 seconds of gameplay and you either die or you kill somebody and then that's it, the game over. To me, that's not fun. I like the days because I've been brought up on the days of the original Call of Duty games or Halo and things like that, where you fucking run and gun, PvP, like everybody dies, you respawn, die again, respawn, keep fighting, keep training.
It takes
At least
a lot
constantly
more
having
skill
fun.
nowadays. It takes a lot more skill.
Yes,
Like
it
when it
does.
comes
No,
to
yes,
does.
no, but the thing is that he's talking about like a more balanced respawn system. Because now sometimes it could be a little broken.
But yes,
Some-
but
it-
it's
some-
easily
sometimes.
fixed,
Like,
and
sometimes,
nowadays
some of
it's
these
not
games-
that prevalent.
Okay, guys,
Like when I
What
played
what
Apex,
what
it
was
the same
Kevin's
fucking
what
thing.
was Kevin's thing?
His task was to
Yeah,
get all the
his
fucking
task.
DLC.
Okay, so guys, news update. So we just found out breaking news. All the DLC for Train Simulator, it's $500,000,
Suck my
$21,963.
That's for one person.
Why?
Okay, how much was it again?
$500,000, $21,909.63. That is for every DLC. And then for all the DLC for Train Simulator 2021 is $9,000.
And again, this is off of one person buying everything collectively or at once. Now imagine how many fucking people are playing these things like straight fucking crack addicts.
Well, you gotta think of the same aspect goes for like League of Legends. I mean,
Oh
how
no,
many,
no, for sure. Like
how many
I'm guilty of
characters are-
spending like so much fucking RP on that shit for skins. Like,
Me
yo,
too.
fucking
Well, not scared.
18 to like 20-year-old Randy was financially irresponsible.
Well, like a year
I'll be
ago?
honest. But them skins are
Last
fucking
year?
nice. Bitch, that was like 4 years ago. But any whore,
But I agree
Oh,
though. But I
man.
agree that I am very like if somebody like was to look at my I won't say too loud, my wife right here.
no,
All these-
tell her, let her know,
all
let her
these
know.
years,
Come in, Jackie.
and how much
Be like, yo,
money
baby,
you
let me tell you
spend.
how much I spent.
But like if they did that for like not just anybody, it's a lot of fucking money because it's like $20 here, $10 there. You know, and
It adds
yeah,
up.
it might
It
be
definitely
monthly
adds
or
up.
whatever. But you've been playing this the same fucking game for what 20 years now? This game's been out. How long is this game? Not that long. Probably 10 years now.
League?
This game's been out.
League?
League of Legends.
Oh, League's
Yeah.
been out since I was in fucking, I'd say middle school, if anything.
So like 4 years
It's
ago.
been
I
out
don't know
for
what
like
that
10,
is.
shut the fuck up. It's been out for like definitely like 10 years at most.
So
At
it's
least.
10 years, but and they
Let me
constantly
see.
had new characters, new
Nope.
skins. You know, every few
2009?
months.
2009?
11 years.
No,
Actually,
two-
12, right?
no. In
Well,
October it's 12 years. As of now, it's 11 years.
11 years.
They're going on
Jesus
12 years, but
fucking-
still, that's a long time. And if that money for everybody is not just us, that's a super popular game. That's how they make this huge money. So they get into Evo and those crazy shit. But like with these simulators, I can see it. Even if you only have like, 100,000 people who like these fucking simulator games, that's all you need.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay.
look at you got one person to do that. You gotta have $1 million.
We're gonna cut it off at that point.
And he's sick of the
Like-
simulators.
No, it's not even just that because we're about to hit 2 hours, so I want to move on. I already mentioned if you guys had anything else to mention about E3 stuff, and so we're already gone and buy that because we already got into a tangent about simulators and now fucking.
Or it came
League of
from
Legends and shit like that.
So the
Yeah.
Battlefield game, It looks fucking great.
So yeah,
I'm not playing it, but it looks
Battlefield does look good. I would probably give it a chance, maybe because I'm on the same boat as you when it comes to like I don't want to put too much time into a multiplayer shooter like that, like Call of Duty or Battlefield. But we'll see about that. So
You guys want to talk about loot boxes?
again, what we've been doing every week is a battle royale. So we'll pit two fighters together, two characters from different franchises, and we'll discuss about who would win and who wouldn't. So we're gonna go through a bunch of brackets and try to find out who overall, out of everybody, who would ever win in this fight. So first discussion: Kane from Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, or Soul Reaver, however you want to look at it, versus Dracula. What do you guys think?
Kane.
Why?
He has a Soul Reaver.
Are you assuming
Ju-
this?
Just cause.
No, fucking that's it. The Soul Reaver is fucking.
Wait, hold on. Let me elaborate on this question. Actually,
Yeah.
you mean Dracula, or like Castlevania?
Dracula from Castlevania.
Okay,
We're
there
talking
we go.
about video
That-
game. We're
that-
talking
that-
about video
yeah,
game
okay.
characters.
I was like Bram Stoker's Dracula, like
Me too. I was
fucking
thinking the same shit. I swear to God. I
too
had to
too
finish
cool for school, Dragul.
No.
Like, is that what we're going with?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Castlevania.
I still think King is still trapped him in that sword.
I mean, just keep in mind, Dracula has come in many, many forms, many different powers and different.
He's
strategies.
come many times.
Yes,
His wife died once. That's all he needed.
that's all he needed. Motivation.
Jesus
That's all
Christ.
he-
All right, so are we talking about any specific Castlevania Dracula, or like even?
Nope.
Oh, huh. Which is his standalone, not Symphony.
What do you mean, like his origins?
No. He has like a God of War like spin-off kind of game.
Yeah,
with
that was
himself.
the ones that Hideo Kojima did. Shadow. Oh goddamn.
No, not Shadows of Ecclesia.
No. Oh wow, I can't remember these now.
I got you right now.
Jesus Christ.
Boom.
I gotta look these up. I can't remember. And I've also been drinking. a
Oh,
lot
Lord of
more.
Shadows.
Lord of Shadows, yes.
The Lord of Shadows.
Because I was gonna say, like, if
So-
you're talking about Castlevania 1 Dracula, like Kane has 3 dimensions on him as opposed to 2.
Seriously?
Bro, give him that Z-axis. Let's see what happens.
We could even match up, bro. He needs to know the matchup.
Shit, that one's tough.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Overall,
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear what the
Dracula,
fanboy has to say.
Dracula Castlevania was beaten by a human. Plain and simple, right?
Mhm.
Kane was never beaten by anybody until like Kane at his prime wasn't. It was until he got older and whatever, and he lost his all his bullshit that Raziel beat him. So if
Okay.
you're looking at Kane in his prime, he was never beaten by anybody. He ruled versus Dracula, who was able to beat him by a fucking mortal.
Okay.
So-
but
so
devil's
basically,
advocate
his
though.
verdict-
But devil's
but his
advocate.
verdict
Hold
was,
on. No.
Kane
Devil's
ruled,
advocate.
Dracula ruled. That's it.
Devil's advocate though, the thing is that they had a specific group, a family bloodline bred
The
and
Belmonts.
trained, the Belmonts, bred and trained specifically to fight Dracula and his minions. Like they were specifically trained for this stuff. Whereas Kane, he had nothing. He had nothing like that. So I mean, what do you say about that?
Well, who knows what they had? They had an entire world that did nothing, couldn't do anything, and it fucking got demolished after he ruled. So, who knows if they would had all that shit in that world because nobody was able to even come close to touching him, and his power to fucking was able to deteriorate the whole entire world.
Kevin, you got this smirk. I really want to see. Like, I really want to hear what you have to say.
All right. So what I gotta say is,
Fucking boo, really?
I don't know what that means.
I'm out of here. That's what it means, guys. It was a pleasure working.
You
with
can't.
guys.
You can't decide.
Yeah, I can't decide. I'll just be biased. I'll say Kane. I'll say
Uh-huh.
Kane. I caved.
He's like
no
what?
reason.
He's just cooler.
No
or-
reason. Just yeah.
It's just cooler.
I'm more. I know him more than I know Dracula from Castlevania.
So, okay,
biased.
all right. So we got a Kane. Danny has a Kane. Randy, what was yours?
It's honestly a really tough decision because again, with like every iteration of Dracula, there's like constant changes in what his power
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would really have to boil down to which one specifically you're talking about. Yes, there is the Belmont family that is like, you know, Dracula's fucking arch nemesis, I guess. But
Okay. So you're gonna have to be the tiebreaker because I'm gonna say Dracula, and that's because of that, not specifically because of the fact that it's a different iteration or different powers every single game. The
but
way that
constant is
I'm
there's just
viewing
one
it,
family.
the way that the way that I'm viewing it is that Dracula is capable of evolving and changing his powers and needs based off the situation. That's the way that I'm seeing it. So, you know, if he has a Belmont that's in front of him and he needs to adjust to a certain powers or certain form for that matter, because he's come in many forms as well, then he can adjust to it and turn into it and fight this guy. Granted, he lost because obviously we're always going to win as the player, but it's just I think it's much more cooler and much more beneficial that he can evolve and change his powers and his form and all this stuff based off his battle. So I mean, you're the tiebreaker.
At
Damn,
the end
that's
of the day, Raziel has that fucking sword that can just suck your soul. That's it.
Yeah, no, and also the very big difference
So whatever
is that
his power, and you know.
But we're not talking about Raziel. We're talking about Kane, and Kane doesn't have the Soul Reaver yet.
Yeah, Kane does. Kane has a soul
He
reaver.
has
That's how he rules.
he has the
At his
physical
prime, he has-
sword.
Exactly. That's
He
what
doesn't
I
have the Soul
mean.
Reaver.
Sorry, the Soul Reaver is the sword. I mean,
No. He
Kane-
had meaning he
oh,
has the physical sword. He doesn't have the powers of the Soul Reaver anymore. Like Kane, I mean,
he-
sorry,
but he has-
Raziel
but
has
I'm
the
saying
actual what was the Reaver sword?
he has the Reaver sword that is just
Manifestation of it.
Manifestation of the sword. That's
Yes.
what it was, but the sword is still what is the power.
Mhm.
You know, so being able to control that sword, being able to have to put the blood into it, you know, he's gonna come up all Huber like, who the fuck are you? You can't do anything to me. And the second he fucking slashes him, that's it. He took his entire sword. You know, because he's Dracula. At the end of the day, he thinks he's better than everybody else, right or wrong. He thinks he's stronger than everybody else. So the second he goes and takes that slash, he's done. He's not going to be able because of his hubris. So I think that's where it's end up going to be. That's where the game's over right there. I
Randy,
think anybody. I
what
think
do you-
here's the
anybody
thing.
What are you
who-
convinced with?
Here's this is my verdict on it, right? Okay, so Dracula has a lot of adaptability, meaning he's more tactical, if anything.
Uh-huh.
Kane, he's very brute force. So
shit.
with that, it's kind of just like he sees red mainly. So if anything, it's like he's blinded by fucking rage, right?
Especially because of the way he reacted to Raziel's wings.
Yeah. He wrote them off.
Yeah.
Really insane, really awesome, but also not the best one to have like good judgment in a fight. Dracula knows the dimensions of his fucking like arena, whatever the fuck it is. So with every power that he has, he will figure out a way to eventually best him. He could fuck with him if anything. So I think it's gonna have to be a tie.
Damn.
But you also got to see. You also got to think of that. He killed Raziel because he saw the potential in which he had. So he wasn't thinking right then and then. He wasn't thinking. He was thinking way future. Like, okay, this guy can.
No,
do this,
yes,
this
but
guy can
that's
do
in
that.
a controlled
can
environment.
overthrow
That's
me,
in a
yeah.
battle.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not an actual battle. That's the thing. If we're putting fucking Dracula and Kane in an arena and having them fight each other, it's not like, oh, yeah, I know that he could overpower me at some point. He's just meeting him. He's like, yo, I'm gonna try to fuck you up.
All right. So
Dracula's gonna try to figure that shit out.
damn, man. So I wish we had somebody in discussion in the chat room at some point. So hopefully, if somebody's in the chat actually watching and they could do a tiebreaker for it, then go ahead and enter that in. But I guess for right now, Kane and Dracula is gonna be a tie for now. We'll leave it at that for now.
If anybody listening to the podcast on Twitch want to, email or
Nice
tweet
try,
or
Kev.
whatever.
yeah. If anybody
comment on
even
Instagram.
so even if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, either message me on Instagram or on email thedrunkenguardian@gmail.com. You can send me your discussion, your rebuttal on the discussion, whatever it is you think of for Kane versus Dracula. So we'll go on a second one. Oh, we already did this one actually. So the next one is gonna be Snake Plissken, Snake from Metal Gear, or Sam Fisher.
Snake.
Easy clap.
Oh,
Easy
you gotta
clap.
tell me. You gotta
No,
tell me
Snake
why.
just fucking win. All that CQ. Well, okay. Be more specific. Which Snake are we talking about? Are we talking about Solid? Fucking. Obviously
Okay.
not Venom. Or are
Fair,
we talking
fair
about,
point.
like,
Fair point. Because we could be talking about Big Boss Snake.
yeah, Solid or Naked?
Yes, we're talking about
'cause
solid,
is-
solid
Naked.
Snake.
Okay.
Solid and Naked,
Solid
yeah.
Snake. Gotcha. Because Naked Snake would fucking wash Sam Fisher in a heartbeat. Big Boss would just like clean house with him.
The Solid Snake has a virus in him, though.
Yeah, Solid Snake got
Later on.
AIDS, right? Like,
He ages faster, but he still has the agility and the power and the experience.
Yeah, no,
But
he's
he's a
like-
virus that kills everybody around him because in contact with him.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
the
talking about
Fox
Foxhound. Fox died.
no,
Yeah.
Fox
died,
died.
yes.
Fox died, bro. Whoa.
You are talking about Fox
Whoa.
died. Yeah. That's a good point.
He just dies. Anybody he fights just dies. So yeah, they fucking
No,
die.
they Fox
he does
die.
it ready, he fucking catches a heart attack.
No, but
Well,
honestly though, yeah, no, it's still Solid Snake.
Yeah.
But
But
Sam
I
Fisher
think
also Sam Fisher from where? Like from the beginning of the Splinter Cell saga, or later on when he's a bit
I mean,
more like
I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think it matters because
It's even-
the beginning of the Splinter Cell series, he's still a very seasoned veteran.
No, he is a very seasoned veteran, but the thing is that later on he's more brutal when it comes to like the whole thing. There's stealth to an extent, but there's also less kind of like necessity to hide himself. You know what I
I
mean?
think I think it comes down to this, that they're both gonna be evil when it comes to this stuff. They're both gonna know how to hide, where to hide, or where the other person's hiding. So they're done.
Oh no, I
Snake
got it. I
has-
got it.
Snake has more of the technology in him that he uses, the Otacon, things like that, whatever, behind him, that he'd be more versatile in situations to combat him. Then overall, I honestly think that Snake has way more combat ability than fucking this Splinter Cell has.
But also,
Snake has ketchup.
Snake has ketchup.
What?
That's it. Remember Metal Gear 1?
Ketchup, yeah.
Yeah, Snake has ketchup.
He's like Batman. He's
That's
always
it.
comes prepared.
Oh my god, Snake in the box. You guys are too much. Oh, that had me
To be-
dying
to be
because I
fair,
just
though,
pictured a
Snake with
snake with the
ketchup?
ketchup on the floor and everything.
I love that.
That's a
I actually love
tiebreaker.
that scene.
Yeah,
He could
Wait, but what
literally
about
have
the
like,
magazine? The magazine.
the porn
I don't think
magazines.
Sam Fisher's like
Yeah,
that.
just
Warren.
puts it on the ground. He looks at it and he just like, oh, what are
Huh?
you doing?
Oh shit.
Sam Fisher's trying to analyze it and shit for fingerprints, all the crazy thing, then he gets shot.
Shot in the back of the head. Easy clap. And he was in the box the whole time. That's
No,
it.
Snake. has his
But
own
again,
form.
but Snake has the hand in hand. When you go hand in hand right there, like once they actually find each other, that's the fucking one hiding in a box, one hiding in a vent, and when they can't find each other, they start fighting hand to hand. Snake got him all day because
Okay.
He's gonna spam choke.
Sam Fisher's never showed that great of hand to hand, which Snake has. So.
Well, I mean, so this is going to be unanimous because I agree with everybody about Snake because Snake he has dealt with a lot of supernatural ish characters. So he can
Psychomantis. Yeah.
he has fought these like crazy ass powered supervillains or whatever. Sam Fisher,
He's had to outthink.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Sam Fisher, I will disagree. Sam Fisher, I believe, does have some very good CQC tactics and stuff like that, or experience for that matter. But the thing is that if
but
you
it's
had
gonna be nowhere near on the level. Of
you
her.
got Leticia, she's saying also Solid Snake all day. So like it's pretty much unanimous. But I'm just all I'm simply saying is I'm still gonna defend Sam Fisher about the fact that like when it comes to close quarters, like I think he could still handle himself. It's just like when it comes to like powers and shit like that, like mental powers, or like a guy in a fucking tank, like Vulcan Raven.
Oh, Vulcan
for
Raven,
example.
yes.
Yeah, like he's not gonna be able to handle shit like that. So yeah, Snake wins with that one. So I'm writing that one down.
Wait, I have one.
Uh-huh.
Probably gonna piss you. It's probably gonna piss Randy off.
Okay.
Joe.
Sora and
from-
who?
Shut the fuck up. Joe from The Last of Us versus Nathan Drake.
Joe
Joel. Hands fucking down. Nathan Drake just has a fucking smart mouth on him. He doesn't have shit.
You can pick anybody. against Nathan.
What
Nathan
do
is
you
gonna go
mean
down
though?
person.
Have you seen the shit that Nathan has gone through?
Have you
You can
seen?
pick Donald
Hold
from.
on. Wait.
And with that, I'm going to go low.
Hold
I'll see you guys later.
on. I'm sorry. Are you comparing this treasure hunting fucking smart ass cunt to Joel?
Okay,
Who literally
number
has to
one,
deal
number
with the
one,
clickers?
number one. How like I can guarantee you Nathan has killed more people than Joel has. Number two, there is
that's
a
what we
hell of a
played.
lot. There's a hell of a lot more stuff going on in Nathan's world, like explosions and jumping around, and just a lot of stuff that you have to dodge, and supernatural creatures for that matter. Like towards the end of the games, both games, not the third game, but two of the games, like he's dealt with a lot of shit.
Okay, but again, as I said, that's what we played in Last of Us with Joel. What about the years, literally from his daughter's death to where you start off playing? you know for a fact he has done some shit. Because that's a world where it's you shoot first, ask questions later.
But we don't
You
know those things
put
we've
blades
done
in
though.
a
You're
tin
just
can and you throw
assuming.
them at somebody.
But you're just
I-
assuming of the things he did in between from when his daughter died and the point where we
Okay.
actually play him.
All right, so two things. One, I have a very big bias against Drake, as we all know this.
Yes, I
because
know,
Uncharted
which
fucking
is why
sucked
it's
dick.
funny he brought that up.
And this really got under my skin, I'll admit. Oh, it's hot in here. Oh,
I think
But-
I'm gonna pick Nathan Drake.
oh, you devil's advocate playing motherfucker.
Oh, Brandy, I'm sorry, but I gotta pick. Nathan Drake.
All right, you know what? I'll catch y'all later. It's okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining the podcast.
I could
It was a pleasure.
I could understand that Joel has been through some shit aside from like personal stuff like with his daughter and everything, but like the monsters that he's fought, I get that, but because like Nathan Drake's reality is rooted into like this crazy action adventure genre, like he's like the craziness of the things that he's done is nothing compared to Joel.
He built that.
Or vice versa, or you
This
know
is
what I
what this is my take on it. Joel, I don't know. I don't know too much about either one of them, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
'Cause I never played either one. So Joel, for what I understand, is basically the survivor of this fucked up world, right? Fighting monsters and other fucked up crackheads who fucking want to kill him. But nothing that, even the monsters aren't really that big of a tactical threat, right? So when you're coming up against somebody who's exactly like you might, or better than you, I should say, in where they can outmaneuver, out-combat you, outshoot you, fucking throw a car at you, all that crazy shit. You know, that's where Nathan Drake has takes it, because Nathan Drake has been going through that. He's been having tons of actual assassins, actual fucking mercenaries, things like that, shooting at him. Him being able to fucking go unscathed, kill tons and tons of people throughout these series, get his gold and come back.
Mm-hmm.
So his presence with the weapons is going to be way more, because that's all they have. They can just pretty much shoot at each other, right? You know, like
Mhm.
Joel's not going to fucking cry you to death, or my daughter died, and you get really sad and give up. So
But here's the
So
thing,
at
you
the end
don't
of the
fight
day,
someone
they're
that has
fighting
nothing to
to-
live for anymore. Like, come
yes,
on, man.
you're right. But at the same time, because he has nothing to live for, he's not thinking straight. He's not thinking straight anymore, because he doesn't really care, because he has nothing to really live for. So
Okay.
Nathan is so concerned about, you know, winning whatever it is he's getting to get his goal that he'll win. That's one reason I picked Nathan.
He's just
now,
greedy.
now here's
He's
the
like a
thing.
perpetual sin.
I'm gonna put him down. Wow, this is actually kind of funny. Actually, I just realized that maybe I shouldn't have accepted this question, but you know, the Joel versus Nathan thing, mostly because I didn't want to root it so much towards characters that were grounded like in realism. Joel and Nathan, and that like it's fine, because mostly because a lot of the other people that I have are not. They're more sci-fi-ish or more outrageous or more action and stuff like that. But the funny thing is that
Whoever
so
gets Nathan next round is automatic win.
they automatically win.
It's gonna be like-
Exactly.
It's gonna be like
Exactly.
Dante versus Nathan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by
We
that.
win.
So
But
so
that-
here's
that's
so
how tournaments go.
so here's the thing though, like I'm still a hypocrite about it, because I do have another entry in here that it's worth discussing, because we already went through the Joel versus Nathan thing. So now here's another one. And I'll leave this for the last one. This is going to be the last discussion before we end this. It is Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake.
I was gonna say that.
So what do you guys think of that? Because Nathan Drake is very much compared to a male version of Lara Croft, the series.
Laura Croft got that shit.
He's flat.
Now,
I'm
to be
gonna say,
honest, I am gonna side with Lara Croft as well,
Yeah.
because
She fights dinosaurs.
Isn't she
dinosaurs.
more
She's fought demons. She's fought a lot
She's
of
fought
supernatural
gods.
things. Yes, so like she's fought a.
Isn't she-
Go ahead.
isn't she like has more experience on the stuff that Nathan Drake is doing prior to even
She
knowing
is
about it?
more she is more well trained. On top of that, she's rich. She's like fucking Batman. Like she could pretty much
Mhm.
buy and do whatever she needs to do in order to get the job done.
Mhm.
What I have to say sounds so sexist, and I don't know if I was to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Worse
say it.
than
Alright.
Womb
Don't say
Raider?
it.
Please go ahead, say it.
they're on a very similar level, right?
Hmm.
You always see them as similar, but because she's a woman,
Hmm.
drops her down a few pegs because she doesn't have the strength. She might have the strength. the
Oh, you're gonna
agility
hear some
that the
shit from
man-
people.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, I'ma head out, guys. I'll see y'all.
No,
Have a good night, guys.
Hold on. Well, finish your thought. You already dug yourself in there. What was it?
well, and this is why she has to train herself more than what Nathan would, because Nathan already has the natural. So I think if you were to, yes, Nathan hasn't fought demons yet, but if you did put him in that role, if you did
Well,
put him in
he's
that same
retired now.
places-
We're talking about what he's been through now.
Well, even if you still put him before he retired or whatever, if you still took him and you still put him in the same situations that Laura Croft went through, he
Mhm.
still would have pulled off exactly the same stuff that she did. You know, there's
Just with,
nothing
like, the
saying that
fucking
she
annoying quip here and there.
exactly. You know, and he would have done it a little more spectacular, throwing a card, all the crazy shit. You know, because that's what he does. Now, Laura Croft,
But does he backflip?
doesn't need to. He
Or
fucking-
explode when you try to put a nude code in?
Can Nathan Drake get his titties out for us? No, right? So
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't think it works
Nate-
out.
I think Nathan Drake did fight demons, if I'm not mistaken.
See, look at
He
that.
no,
That's
one.
what it
no,
was.
no, 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 no. He is not. He has fought ancient, like what do you call them? Like ancient civilizations. He has fought people like protectors of whatever it is that he like the MacGuffin of what he's trying to get to. He's never fought anything supernatural-ish. It's always been explained scientifically. For
Oh,
example, like the tree of life,
Like
the,
the mo-
like the fountain of life that he was after. I'm pretty sure that was a PSP game. I'm not 100% sure, but he has definitely chased the fountain of life. And those are like that was a scientific explanation of why he fought like super powered like ancient civilizations and shit like that. But it was never anything demonic or angelic or supernatural-ish. It is always like some village people, pretty much.
but then if you say it in that aspect, then you have to also put it in the same aspect as the new Laura Croft. Even though she's rich and everything, has she fought?
Oh,
You know,
fuck that,
demon.
Laura Croft.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
if you want to only compare it to the new Laura Croft, she has not fought any of that stuff yet. But we're talking Laura Croft as a whole, so we're talking about the entire series, including the PS1 stuff. So like she has fought demons, she has fought dinosaurs, she has fought a lot of different
Shark.
creatures. Fucking shark. Yeah.
But you gotta add that other one in, man. It's only right. It's only right. We gotta fight the one that, what is it? The torture word that I don't want to add after that Randy says a lot. Yeah, that one as well.
Hunt?
Torture
It-
stuff.
It starts with a P. We just don't want to continue the word,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
yeah, but
What?
it's that one as well
Huh?
because that's torture.
I don't know what the P is. Torture porn. Oh,
Torture
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole thing that's going on with that one. But
yeah, with
I
your
don't know.
with the new Laura Croft stuff, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So that's what,
right,
so
right.
that's
Okay,
what I
okay,
mean.
okay.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
what I'm at. But
So,
yeah,
so
I would say easy Laura Croft because of the
Okay.
experience, mainly that.
I mean, we got Leticia again in chat. She says Laura Croft as well. So I'm pretty sure it's like
Easy
what
clap.
3-4 to, it's 4-1. I'm pretty sure it is.
5 to
Uh,
Only reason I'm choosing Nathan is to fuck with Randall. It's the only reason I want to do that.
You ain't shit.
Yeah. So this is a
I should do
rundown.
Big Laura as well.
This is a rundown of what we got so far. So, like when we talked about Master Chief versus Commander Shepard, Master Chief won that discussion. Big Daddy versus Bowser, Big Daddy won that discussion. Kane versus Dracula today. Right now it's a tie. We'll go back to that later. Dante versus Vincent. We said Dante would win that conversation.
Easy clap.
Oh shit, Leticia is gonna be the tiebreaker. Okay.
For what?
Smoke.
So she's saying Dracula from Castlevania.
Ah.
Okay.
We lost that.
So that's it for that. Okay.
I need
We're
a
just
drink.
gonna leave it at that.
This is stressful.
So Dracula won that one. We had the Laura Croft versus Nathan Drake. Laura won that one. And we had Kirby versus Mega Man. And we said, I don't remember why, but Kirby
Wait.
won that one.
Fuck that.
We know this. He was in the trailer.
Kirby won. What do you mean? Kirby destroyed.
I mean,
that.
if
That's-
Kazuya
that
could
proves
not
it
kill
right there.
Kirby, then Kirby is gonna
Exactly.
win that.
I'm telling you, bro. You can't get
Exactly.
out
Yeah, whatever.
Indestructible Kirby.
I'm pretty sure Kirby was a
Uh-huh.
tiebreaker too. I'm pretty sure there was someone in the
Yeah.
chat that
Yeah,
broke that
no,
one
fucking
also.
Leticia said
Was
fucking
she
Kirby.
also?
Like,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So she broke that one too.
Super
so
Fighting Robot
so
Jet
there you
Mega
go.
Man.
So it's like
Kirby.
join the chat and join these discussions so you can help us out with like these tiebreakers, these arguments, whatever it may be. Like this is part of the fun. So you just try to join in. We're
I
gonna
have the fun one, just like for Stiggles, real quick.
we got a couple minutes.
Hellgas versus Stormtroopers
Who? Oh, Hellgast. Hellgast from, Killzone.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
The
Me
space
neither.
Nazis.
Space Nazis versus
Stormtroopers always miss.
Stormtroopers.
What kind of argument is that? Stormtroopers
But they have their
don't hit
elite ones too. Fucking.
No,
Well,
stormtroopers
you
don't
got
hit
that
shit.
one.
Well, and it depends.
All right,
what you're
okay.
going with. If you're going with
So
the-
how about this? A more even playing field. Hellgas versus Clone Troopers. Because the Clone Troopers were badass.
No,
Yeah.
the Clone Troopers.
The Clone Troopers were.
The clone troopers were
definitely badass.
clones of Jango Fett, so they
Yeah.
were badass bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
I don't
a
know much
tough
about the
one.
Nazi people, so
You know what? You know what would have been a more funny one?
Yeah,
Not this one, but sorry. This is a throwaway one. The small minions from Halo and Stormtroopers, because they both kind of suck at aim.
Jesus Christ. That could work too.
they're all cannon fodder. Like that's all they
I
are. They're
think-
trash
Spawns.
mobs. Yeah.
but in that case, I do think the Halo guys win because their bullets explode, so they'll accidentally kill some fucking stormtroopers. and they mess
Or
them
they
down.
kamikaze too. Like the ones that pull out the
Yeah.
2 plasma grenades.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Well, that's how you get the tie because they all decide to kamikaze and everybody fucking blows up.
All right, so we're gonna leave it at that.
Wait, I have a question on your thing, your bracket. How many people do you have on one side?
I mean,
mean,
I
who's the
mentioned
people?
before who won so far. It's Master Chief, Big Daddy, Dracula, Snake.
But is that all? That's all on one side, and then there's another side, or? And
Well,
then
there's no other side. Like what I'm doing is I'm writing all the winners, and then we're gonna like whenever we're done with all of them from this one page, then I'm gonna go over all the winners, and we're gonna pit those winners together.
They were doing a top 64 at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
we're
what I'm
gonna
saying. So how are you gonna pit the winners together? if you
just
gotta-
exactly
if
the
you
order that we
gotta-
discussed.
Ooh.
Just in the order that we
So-
discussed. That's all it is. I mean,
So, okay,
sure.
So what was the first two?
The first two is Master Chief. Well, because if we do that, we're gonna discuss it. Let's not discuss it though. Like, but
I'm saying, but what was it?
we're not gonna discuss it. But it's Master Chief versus Big
it was
Daddy.
Nunya.
Yeah,
Master
like-
Chief versus who?
Big Daddy.
Okay.
So
I'm
we're
just
gonna
curious.
so we're
How
gonna
it goes.
discuss that, and then afterwards we'll discuss, like, for example, Dracula versus Dante, and then Snake versus Laura. So now you know what to expect. So if you guys want to think about whatever it is defenses you want to think, then go for it now. But we
Well,
still
okay,
do
but
have
you still
other
gotta go- you still
battles.
gotta do the first
I
one.
still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 5 other battles before we even get to the semifinals. So
Do we have Superman on this list? I mean, Goku on this list?
Superman.
Nah, he can't.
No.
He can't be Goku.
Video game characters only. Goku, I consider
Superman
Goku.
64.
Goku, I
and the
consider more of an
Kakarot
anime
fighters.
character.
I got you.
So
Master
either low poly Superman or butt plug Goku. You take your pick.
Yeah.
Going to fucking
All right.
sleep.
So we're gonna finish the episode now.
Butt plug Goku can take a lot, so I
We're-
got.
We're gonna finish the episode
Excuse me?
now. We're gonna go on, and that's pretty much it for today. We're not gonna do a guess the game or anything like that. So we are, however, going to do the community question, and we're gonna actually start doing it monthly. We're not going to do it every week. This is more of a chance for the community to actually participate more. So I'm going to be posting, for example, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm going to post up the community question every week for the next month. So that way you guys can actually participate into it and we could have more of a discussion with everybody. So this month's community question until the next month is, what is your favorite Easter egg? So any Easter egg at all. We'll discuss that next month. And if you guys want to ask any questions, do any tiebreakers, things like that, if you want to join in the community, check out thedrunkenguardian.com or email us as thedrunkenguardian.com at gmail.com to send us an email.
If you have any strong rebuttals and why we think we are wrong this week, I guess
Yeah.
you can also punch in it, and then we'll reevaluate it and see if you're correct. And if we all agree, he made a good point, then we'll maybe put that into context.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really,
like if you want to say that Nathan Drake would get washed by Joel, you could definitely say that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm
that's
on
not
board.
true.
yeah.
That's
I-
not true, bro.
Randy
We all know
wants
it's
to
not
hear
true,
it, and
but-
I will gladly read it if that's what you want to say
But
for
they
Randy's
know it's not,
defense.
so it sucks.
I'll take a shot on stream for everyone that agrees with me. How about that?
You know what's funny?
Wow.
You make me want to go play the fucking Uncharted series now.
Well, fuck
Just to see
you.
what they're about.
Just to spite me.
I
Past
really
wife.
do.
So
Yo, no, hey, by the way, those games are fun. You should try it. What
No.
games you been playing next week? What games you been playing? I've been playing Uncharted 1 and 2. They actually look like we just get into detail.
Jesus
so
Christ.
so check out the website. Check out the website for all the links for all of our social media presence, and as well as any game reviews that I write as well. We stream every Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Boneless Bones, he streams as well for his own stuff. We want to talk about that real quick.
Hey guys, Bones back at it again with another stream. Yes, I do stream on. I'm going to do Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, mainly fighting games, and then I'll decide what I'll play afterwards. Love to see you guys there. Stay beautiful.
And as always, we got Randy the Ragnarok and the Sober Guardian, Danny.
Hey,
You guys could also find us on onlyfans.com/drunkenguardian, chatterbait.com/TDG, and
How?
never mind.
How did we get here?
By the way, I can guarantee you, I will probably just like make it for shiggles.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate you.
For OnlyFans, it'll be a free sub. How about that?
Oh,
we should do that.
jeez. You know
We
what?
should do it.
If it makes me money, sure.
Catch us live on
money.
OnlyFans.
No free subscription.
But it has to be
No.
game related content.
Oh,
You'll
of
see the
course.
flashlight in. You see the flashlight in.
So does that mean I have to cosplay?
Oh, maid outfit Danny? Maid outfit Danny? Hello?
I'm fucking done.
All right.
right.
It was a pleasure.
Don't make me
So-
talk anymore, please.
We will see you next week, and that's pretty much it. Fucking Randy. All
Later, guys.
I'm not sorry.
right. Bye. Later, guys.
Bye.
Right.